I can't believe it. Yatagarasu off the list after 10 million days behind bars. But what if we went a little farther? What if we removed more than just change of heart? What if we removed over half of the current ban list? Well, I'm here to tell you that not only can you do so, it will have no immediate impact on the larger metagame of Yu-Gi-Oh! The Gathering. So real quick, let's see what cards I've taken off. So just a quick reminder, the cards that we moved from 0 to 1 are Victory Dragon, Phyrexian Cluster Amaryllis, Blaster Dragon Ruler of Infernos, Magispector Unicorn Kirin, Monkey Board, Performage Plushfire, Jin Releaser of Rituals, Steam the Cloak, Jet Synchron, Gub, That Grass Looks Greener, Heavy Storm Metamorphosis, Spellbook of Judgment, Mass Driver, Smoke Grenade the Thief, Last Turn, Self-Destruct Button, Trap Dust Shoot, Orcust Harp Horror, Mecha Phantom Beast O-Lion, Samsara Lotus, Tidal Dragon Ruler of Waterfalls, Delinquent Duo, Sixth Sense, and Ultimate Offering, alongside Extra Deck staples, Wind Up Carriers and Maity, Ancient Fairy Dragon, and Simorg, Bird of Sovereignty. To 3, we've moved every single jar, Masterpiece, Yatagarasu, Butterfly Dagger Elma, Chicken Game, Zodiac Barrage, Time Seal, Ava, Armageddon Knight, Astrograph Sorcerer, Cyberstein, Dangers, Jackalope and Shusinoko, Dark Greffer, Dynamite Knight the True Draco Fighter, Genex Ally Birdman, Infernity Archfiend, Morphing Jar, Night Assailant, Phantom Skyblaster, Salaman Great Gazelle, Spiral Quick Fix, Tempest Dragon Ruler of Storms, True King the Thossagym the Disaster, Servant of Endymion, Destruder the Lost Dragon's Fission, Card Destruction, Chain Strike, Dimensional Fissure, Divine Wind of Mist Valley, Draco Face Off, Final Countdown, Monster Gate, Gateway of the Six, Gold Sarcophagus, Instant Fusion, Into the Void, Magical Midbreaker Field, One Day of Peace, Reasoning, Sekka's Light, Slash Draw, Trickstar Light Stage, 1-for-1, Macro Cosmos, Magical Explosion, Wall of Revealing Light, Miscellaneous Source, Sky Striker Mecha Modules, Multi-Roll, One Mind Control, Spiral Resort, Fire Formation Tanky, Fairy Tale Snow, Fusion Destiny, Scapegoat, A Hero Lives, Salaman Great Circle, Disciple of the Nadir, Destiny Hero Malicious, Danglong, Tempest Magician, Teller Knight Tolmaeus, Gemini Master Diamond, Prankkids Meow Meow Moo, Psyframe Lord Omega, TG Hyper Librarian, Digusto Emerald, Salaman Great Mirage Stalio, Beatrice Lady of the Eternal, Trishula Dragon of the Ice Barrier, Striker Dragon, and all the Exodia pieces. Except for Meow Meow Moo. That was a lie. We actually moved that to 0. I don't know why it ended up like that in the actual video. Now, as you can see, Konami has already made a lot of changes to this. You know, a week ago, this was all 0s and 1s, but now a lot of these cards have been brought to 2, including Night Assailant, Wall of Revealing Light, Dynamite Knight the True Draco Fighter, A Hero Lives, Scapegoat, and Salaman Great Circle, but I'm here to show them they can do even more. So to prove that you can remove all of these cards and nothing will happen, we have put together a tournament of the 32 most interesting decks that you can make under this list. Well, 31, and then one person donated a ton of money, so we kind of had to let them in. We've got some extremely ridiculous stuff. Some stuff that I'm going to show you right now. So first up is Salaman Great. Now this deck is actually pretty much legal in the TCG right now, with the exception of the best Salaman Great card, Verte Anaconda. They just moved Salaman Great Circle to 3, but we not only did that, we also moved Gazelle to 3 as well. You'll notice that this isn't making use of the 3 Mirage Stalio. That's because it conflicted with Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. But realistically, probably new Salaman Great pilots will have to pivot. We've got, after that, Water. Very excited for this list. We unbanned a ton of stuff for this deck in particular. We've got the Jet Synchron, of course, which just went to 1 in the TCG. The Tidal Dragon Ruler of Waterfalls, which never will. The Magical Midbreaker Field, the 1-for-1, the One Day of Peace, the Called by the Grave, the Upstart Goblin, and the Trishula and Psy Frame Lord Omega. Apparently, one of those is fine, but 2 of them is a bridge too far. Infernoble Knight is not particularly surprising. This list is massively helped by the Smoke Grenade of the Thief and pretty much nothing else. This is just stuff. This is just, you know, I don't really know how to describe it. The list that people have figured out is good. Huge assemblage of Rose Dragon and Tenyis and a bunch of individual Garnets that doesn't matter if you draw them. As many hand traps as you can conceivably cram into a list. Adventure, Magician's Souls, Illusion of Chaos. Consider it the pile. This is Drytron. Unsurprisingly, Tatsim is piloting at this time. Like last time, he is not only playing the Drytron cards we all know and love, he is also playing a small Necroz engine to make use of the unbanned Jin Releaser of Rituals. Because what was really keeping Drytron from contention was their ability to prevent your opponent from special summoning. You know, it wasn't the 7 negates that won the game. This is Dragon Link, and it is a big Dragon Link list indeed. It's playing 3 Tempest, 1 Tidal, and 1 Blaster. This is as close as we are going to get in our lifetimes to Dragon Ruler. I hope it makes a deep run. Zephyra was really helped by this ban list. It gets Danglong first and foremost, which enables a ton of really cool combo lines, but it also has access to Jet Synchron and Olion, which give it some pretty powerful finishers. I hope we get to see how this works. So every time I do one of these, all of you tell me that some stupid Danger Dark World FTK could have theoretically taken the entire event by storm. Well, here it is, the 60-card Danger Dark World monstrosity you all think is going to take the entire thing. It has a Slash Draw FTK in it. Let's just see if it comes to fruition. So we always have to get one Infernity player in here. I think that Infernity is an extremely cool deck. It's got a lot of new tools under this ban list. We've got 3 copies of Card Destruction, 3 Instant Fusion, 3 1-for-1. All of that's nuts for the archetype. But at the end of the day, as long as it has 1 launch air, you could give Infernity a card that says you win the game and it would only be okay. And I know what you're all thinking. Oh my god, Joseph, look at all these sick things that you unbanned. Well, here it is. The coolest deck you've ever seen flew on. No, it's cool. They put in Ultimate Offering. This is pretty boring, but yeah, it is just branded. It's just branded Despia. Just branded Despia. It's just branded Despia. I think this is card for card packs list that went up a week ago. Okay, so one of the weird classes of cards that are constantly featured on the ban list is cards that produce an FTK in plants exactly, but it's super inconsistent. To me, this looks like an existing deck, Sun Avalon, except they put in a shitload of bricks to enable a really, really bad... Oh, I mean, what would you even call this? Phyrexian Cluster Amaryllis FTK? Best of luck to them, but sheesh. This is Noid. I didn't think we let Noid in. We let Noid in? Why the hell did I let Noid in? So because we have 32 people instead of 16, we get to do a ton of ridiculous FTKs, and I know you all are really excited to watch games end on turn 0. Well, this is Tempest Magician FTK, a really terrible synchro that enables a really terrible deck, and let's watch some really terrible games, I suppose. Chat, what deck is this? What deck is this, chat? It looks like no one really is sure. The worst deck? That's true. No, this is Pendulum, and this deck's inclusion is a testament to the fact that you could give Pendulum every single powerful card they have on the list, but as long as you keep Electromite behind bars, the deck is not going to do anything. Well, pretty much every time we do this, I have to jam a wind-up player in here. The deck is so cool, so fun, and thankfully this time we did not do the Reddit super swap where you ban Hunter and unban Zenmaity. You can play both Hunter and Zenmaity in this list, so I'm looking forward to people getting hand-looped, but more realistically, people setting up big boards. Did we let 2 Dragon Link people in? What the fuck? What is this? Oh my god, wait. This is just rulers. Wow, it's been so long. Yeah, this is a deck airlifted from 2013. Triple Lightning, Triple Burner, Triple Droplets? Oh my gosh. Best of luck to whoever's playing this, but I'm pretty sure the Dracosac Pass doesn't cut it in the year of our Lord 2022. Shocking that though they're playing the Glow Up Bulb and the Flamvelgar, they are not playing the best card in the mirror, which I'm sure they're going to be encountering. Yeah, this is Zoo. It's kind of weird. I don't expect Zoo to do particularly well. I gave them back Barrage, but they don't have Trident. They don't have Broad Bowl. Pretty much the entire deck is centered around making Zeus early and often. But you can see they're playing 3 copies of it, so maybe. This is True Draco. If this wins, I'll just quit. True Draco remains just about as powerful as you'd expect. 3 copies of Dynamite Knight, 2 copies of Masterpiece, proving that actually the card is pretty bricky. Shocked to see Forbidden Droplet in here instead of more draw spells. Maybe we should have given them back more copies of Pot of Desires. Konami seemed to think that was a good idea. Okay, so I let this one in because it's extremely funny. Beatrice, Lady of the Abyss, isn't a particularly good card in multiples. You only really want the one, but no deck is more able to take advantage of her than Virtual World. So this deck is basically Beatrice Control with a virtual world shell. The idea is you'll like bin Snow and Necro World and Ariel and Arcbrave and Goliath. Like you can get 2 Beatrices on your side of the field and do Arcbrave Goliath, and then the next turn Snow Ariel or Snow Necro World. It's kind of like extremely funny. Sky Striker, man. I mean, it's just Sky Striker. This deck is playing 3 copies of Mind Control, so you might actually get to see this in real life once Sky Striker pilots start playing Change of Heart. Rest in peace, my good friend. May this be your swan song, because this deck is not going to fucking top again without Meow Moo. Okay, so last time at the last minute, we had planned on including a Ruin Force FTK player, and they weren't able to make it. Thankfully, this time, our Ruin Force player did show up, so we're going to see if bidding 45 12-star machines is good enough. Okay, so Magical Explosion to 3 changes quite literally nothing. There are easy substitutes for Magical Explosion, but I would like to see if it's good enough. This is, I suppose, just about as good as it can get, but I mean, that's saying something. This doesn't look very good. And if you thought Magical Explosion Numeron was difficult to stomach, wait till you hit last turn Numeron. So the idea here is you're drawing your entire deck, then spending all your life points with Wall of Revealing Light, and then flipping up last turn. I don't even think we have confirmation that last turn works on Edo Pro, but here's hoping. So this is a very interesting deck. It's just Gadget, right? It's like just gadgets. But it turns out that gadgets might just be good enough, provided that everyone else is doing absolutely nothing. Tri-Brigade. It's Tri-Brigade. It's pure Tri-Brigade, too. They really looked at all of the available options and thought that pure Tri-Brigade was the way to go. Sheesh. Here's the spellbook list. So if you've been watching the history of Yu-Gi-Oh!, you know that Spellbook was historically one of the most powerful decks of all time. And that's because of a card called Spellbook of Judgment, which allows you to add something like 7 cards from your deck to your hand at your end phase. Now, shockingly, since Spellbook of Judgment was put on the list, it's largely been power crept. Last time we had a pure Spellbook player, and they got out in round 1. This time, we're going a little less pure, and playing cards like Water Enchantress at the Temple and Rite of Aramesir to try and make up the difference. This is the sussiest dinosaur list I've ever seen. 60 cards, piloted by Crazy Wizard, the individual who won the last Chalice Line Monthly. New one out this weekend as well. It's got the main deck Delinquent Duo. It's got triple Lithosogem. It's got 3 Baby Sarasaurus and 1 Petit Pteranodon. Token Collector main. If anything can beat the Adventure decks, it's this one. Also, it's an Adventure deck. Cyber Eldritch, another unfortunate victim of the ban list. This is going to be the daddy in the room, the deck that keeps all of the idiots together, that says, listen, I understand that you want to FTK me, but have you heard the good word about our Lord and Savior Artifact Scythe? This deck is playing that Grass Looks Greener, which I imagine will be pretty powerful in the strategy that gets to play 3 copies of Water Enchantress at the Temple, and outside of that, it's looking pretty heads up. Oh, Rin. When will you learn? When will you learn? No matter how many cards the deck gets, the biggest problem with Orcust is that it's got 14 hard garnets. We have, like, Purple Nightfall to find the normal summons. We have Scrap Recycler and Scrap Golem and Scrap Raptor and Gilosaurus and as many dangers as we can stomach. I hope it's enough, but I'm being realistic here. And finally, the point of this is to showcase that the meta would still be centered around the same decks, even if we were to unban a whole bunch of cards. This is Sword Soul, and it's here to curb stomp a bunch of idiots. Alright folks, time for round 1, the inaugural round of the May 2022 Masochist Banlist Tournament. And boy, is it a stinker. Look at this. This is pretty much everything you could ever want from the last turn side. I think we're going to be seeing the last turn right about now. Wall coming down for Numeron Network sending Numeron calling. We get all 4 of the Numeron gates. Ekram, Triam, I'm not trying any of the other names. Golden Bamboo Sword, draw 2, go for an Upstart Goblin. 1 Day of Peace, what's next? 1 Day of Peace, what's next? Into the Void, what's next? Chicken Game, what's next? One Day of Peace. What's next? Into the Void. What's next? Memories of Hope. Draw 4. Oh my god, we have to have it. Allure of Darkness into Terraforming. Get ourselves another chicken game. Chicken game into chicken game. Chicken game. Take 1,000. We're down to 16 cards left in deck. Perform a Pal Popper Up. Draw 3. There it is. Invincible Fortress, Mega Clops, and a set copy of Last Turn. Oh. Activate Last Turn. Everything to the grave. Summon a Recycler, send an O-Lion, get a token of defense. No shot. Absolutely not. If you haven't read Last Turn, Last Turn requires you to perform an additional combat phase in which a monster from the activator's side of the field and a monster from the opponent's deck do battle. At the end of the battle phase, if one monster remains, the winner is the person who still controls a monster. But if they still control a token, it's a draw! Oh, no. Holy shit. That's literally the first game. Let's try that again, folks. Let's try that again. All right, so this time the Gadget player is going first. They're going to begin with Small World. They're going to go for a Terror Top here. They're going to bridge from Terror Top into a Takatomborg. This allows them to make a Plat Gadget, which allows them to summon a Silver Gadget without expending their normal. They can use Silver to go into green. Green to go into Gear Gigant X, that to get Anchor Drill. Anchor Drill here is going to be able to summon the Red Gadget. Red Gadget triggers in order to get a Yellow Gadget. We'll overlay for another Gear Gigant X. We're going to go ahead and grab from deck to hand, boot up Corporal Command Dynamo, and then activate Gear Charge in order to summon these two. They both independently trigger, green and red, adding more cards from deck to hand. From here we go into an Exciton Knight, a Utopic Future, and a Utopic Draco Future. That's going to be a really hard series of cards to beat with Last Turn. So we're going to go Numeron Network into the 4 gates. Ekram, Diva, Katvari, and Trini. See, I got them. Go for Allure of Darkness. We missed. All right, we'll go to the battle phase, and we should be able to maybe suss out a damage win condition, or maybe not. They're going to be able to trigger every one of these gates multiple times, but unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be lethal. It's just a little off. Yeah, 1 activation away. They are going to make the Megaclops and pass back, but there is a card on field that probably beats the Megaclops. Down comes Platinum Gadget effect. We're going to go for the Yellow Gadget. We'll link off for a Unicorn, use Unicorn to spin the Numeron Network, and then normal summon a Yellow Gadget. From here, we can add from deck to hand a Green Gadget into an Access Code Talker, and shockingly, we are able to eat that back row and deal 1,300 points of damage. This is going to take a couple of turns, but eventually we'll get there. Okay, well, that is the worst possible draw in their deck. Draw for turn. It's a Gear Gyogger. We'll get in for 1,300. Pass back again. We'll draw back again. Oh, yeah. It's Cup of Ace time, baby. And we missed the flip. Let's absolutely go. That's what I like to see. Okay, we are finally able to start cycling with Gear Charge. We're going to go for Destroyer Dynamo. This card's actually really powerful. Unfortunate that it was never really metagame relevant. Our opponent will draw for turn. It's Memories of Hope. And unfortunately, that's going to be a win for the Gadget player. So what the hell do we do now? Do we play out the third game? Oh, they did. They did. All right. Well, I guess we're trying it again. Okay, so let's see if we can't force something silly here. We're going to go Numeron Network into the Calling in Hand, unfortunately. Now, this is one of those games. All right, we missed. And we missed. All right. That's, you know, that's pretty much exactly where you want to be with Cup of Ace. We're going to go pair Psychroid into Gold Gadget into Green Gadget effect. We're going to overlay for Gear Gigant X. Gear Gigant X here for an O-Lion. Activate Symphonic Warrior Guitar. Pitch the O-Lion for a Mike's. Trigger the O-Lion in Graveyard. That's going to get a token, which we can then use to make Plat Gadget. Plat Gadget to summon Red Gadget. Red Gadget to get Yellow Gadget. God, these gadgets are really just 1 or 2 enablers away. Yellow Gadget for Green Gadget. Overlay for Gigant X. Use the Gigant X for a Terror Top. Go for Corporal Dynamo here, and then equip a bunch of cards, activate Gear Charge, bring out the Green Gadget, trigger Green Gadget, overlay for Gear Gigant X. We're going to go back into the one, the only Infinitrack, and then, wow, we've got a Fortress Megaclops of our own. We'll go for Destroyer Dynamo into Access Code Talker, which is going to be way larger than our opponent's copy of Infinitrack Fortress Megaclops. We get in, and then we pass again. Oh boy, here we go. Into the Void is dead. It's a dead card. Platinum Gadget here is going to summon a yellow gadget, which in turn will add from deck to hand a green gadget, and then we'll pass turn, draw for turn. I guess we'll instant fusion again. I mean, we're just vibing. Might as well make another rank for, you know? God, Excite Night would be so good if we were behind. All right, pass turn again. Ooh, Allure, we could try it. Nope, maybe next time, you know? Well, this is going to take a little while, but I can't imagine that the self-destruct button player can come back from this. This is unfortunate. I am glad that we got to see at least once last turn resolve, but this is pretty much exactly what I expected, I'm going to be honest with you. Oh, shit, we get another turn. Wait, no. Oh, no, come on. Okay, we got 2 more turns. Okay, chicken game, that's like a card, maybe. Wait, we could use the chicken game to gain 1,000 life points a turn. That's something. All right. Wall, you know, wall is something. I imagine we'll just use the access code here. Yeah, anchor drill for green gadget for red gadget. We're just going to make a link. Summon a Mike's. We still had a Mike's in deck to go into Unicorn, go to the battle phase. Yeah, sure. Wall here. We do get to summon Wall. Main 2, we get to summon, what the hell is this? Gizmek Okami, the dreaded Deluge Dragon. Okay, we're going to go chicken game. We're going to draw a card. It's Into the Void. All right, so that does nothing. All right. Well, it was a valiant effort. Extremely valiant. And now the game is over. Man, who could have seen that coming? I mean, certainly not me. Well, it's time for round 2. We've got Super Pro Gamer 05 on True Draco versus Wild Card Jr. on Tri Brigade. Let's jump into the games and see what's happening. All right, looks like Tri Brigade is going first, and this is a poopy PP hand, but the 3 tanky really coming in handy here. We can go Fractal in order to send a Kit in order to send a Nerval in order to add from deck to hand a Fractal. We can normal summon the Fractal, go for 3 here in order to make a Havarsleg, set 2 and pass. I mean, pretty good when you open double Revolt. They're going to go for the Ignis Heat here. They're going to trigger the effect of the True Draco Apocalypse and walk over the entire board, and then activate Card of Demise. Epic! We'll go for the Revolt in main phase so that when they activate the Ignis Heat, we can chain a copy of Effect Veiler. Not a lot of use for that card otherwise. And then we're going to be able to send all these to the graveyard for Shureg. We'll trigger Shureg. We'll trigger Kit. We'll trigger Nerval in the way that the Kit resolves last. We'll get Fractal back to hand. We will banish that set card and drew too many monsters, baby. Nice Card of Demise. They will be able to trigger the Ignis Heat here, but they are going to lose the game. Farigite into a Shureg trigger. We're going to go ahead and banish this Ignis Heat. We'll get in for a ton of damage, or maybe 0 damage, provided the True King's Return resolves. They're going to True Draco Apocalypse, popping the Heritage in order to pop the back row. That's kind of frustrating because it's Revolt. Okay, passing back here. This is a huge opening for the True Draco player, and oh! That's the best possible draw remaining in the deck. It's the best possible draw remaining in the deck. All right, well, let's see if Karos can maybe win the game against Masterpiece. And maybe not. Rescue Cat time. Oh, okay. That was an interesting choice. They're out of Tri Brigades. Oh, that's it. That's a great draw. That's a great draw. Good draw. We're getting there, folks. Oh boy, no, come on. No, not like this, man. Do you understand how hard I have worked to make True Draco not the best deck in this format? I am begging you. Please. Please. Time for game 2, and oh my. Well, you know, we opened double skill drains, so. All right, 1-for-1 coming down. We're going to pitch the Kit. We're going to get a copy of Nerval. We'll Kit effect. That Kit is going to send a Nerval. The Nerval will add a copy of Fractal. We're going to go Nerval for 2 here. That's going to summon a Farigite. We can link off for a Rugal, triggering the Farigite. We're going to be able to shuffle back one of our cards, then normal the Fractal. Use the Tanky to get a Fractal to send to Karos. Fractal for 4 here. Fractal is going to be able to summon Ominous Omen. We'll go for Fusion Destiny here, and then we'll proceed to the end phase. I don't really like that turn, but, you know, whatever. Okay, all right. No monsters, no monsters. Let's make it happen. Rugal here for Fractal. That triggers Shureg. Banish the skill drain. Add the Fractal back. We're chilling. We're chilling. We're going for Fractal here. We're going to send a Kit. We're going to activate Kit. We'll use Kit to get Nerval. Nerval effect to add to hand. We're going to normal Fractal. Use Fractal effect for 3. And we get to go to Ray. We'll activate the Doom Eagle. We'll get in. Okay, this is lethal. This is lethal. We could do it. One more game. All right. This has got to go the way I want, or else we are just going to have a problem. So it's time for that all-important Game 3. And oh, Jesus, come on. Dasher in hand versus Trap Dust Shoot. Come on now. Come on now. Okay. Dust Shoot. Shuffle back the Kit. So they do have the Lightning Storm. Wait, why not activate Dynamite Knight there? Oh, because we'll activate it off the FD. All right. All we have to do is Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer him out. All we got to do is Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer him out. We just got to Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer him out. A card we can set. Thank the... No! Banish the Celestial! What are you doing? Draw 2 cards! Oh my god. They're trying. They're really trying out here. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. Going to main phase 1. Celestial effect. Okay, they remembered. Fractal. Let's send a Kit. Kit effect. Let's send a Nerval. Nerval effect. Let's go ahead and grab a Kit. Karos effect. Summon the Karos. Karos for 4. We've done it. We've got it. We've got it out of here. Shireg banish. Go to battle. 12, 25, 3. Oh. Oh, G333 on that Orcus monstrosity versus Cyberse Eldritch. Let's see how it looks. I literally have no idea which deck is which. I literally have no idea which deck is which. What the hell? I literally have no idea which deck is which. Which deck is which? Okay, wait. Chusinoko maybe means that's the Orcust pilot? It's got to be, right? Yeah, for sure. Okay, Gamba up. Let's make it happen.
That was wrong.
All right, we're going to go for the Called by the Grave. That's going to send a Water Enchantress to the Temple. Into Rite of Eremacir, that's going to set a Fateful Adventure. We'll trigger the Fateful Adventure, pitching the Called. Wandering Griffin Rider here. Trigger a Fateful Adventure in order to get from deck to hand a copy of Draco back. Fusion Destiny. And then we'll activate nothing. In fact, we're keeping it in hand. Infinite Impermanence and pass. Wow, that's like the worst draw on the deck. If they ash the Water Enchantress of the Temple, we probably lose here. All right, we're going to Griffin Rider the Eremacir. Fateful Adventure here, and that's going to be met with the Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. I don't know why. I mean, what were they going to get with it? All right, down comes Instant Fusion. We could do this. This is full Orcust combo. Well, okay. I mean, or it's that. Verte Anaconda into Infinite Impermanence, and okay, quick game 1. And it's time for game 2. Wow, this is an unbelievable hand from the Cyberse Lich player, and it looks like Rin has not drawn a hand trap, so they're going to go Link Disciple into the Cyberse Gadget token into Devotee, trigger the effect of the Disciple in order to pitch the Devotee, and oh my god, 2 tokens to their side of the field, and from here we can go into Dagda, we can go into Devotee, mandatory trigger to trigger the effect of the Dagda, setting a Scythe, and then we'll make a Verte, as one does. Verte effect, send the Fusion Destiny, and down comes DPE. We'll activate Cursed Eldland here, and then DPE, targeting the Cursed Eldland and the Verte. No, you activate the Cursed Eldland first! You could be up a Conquistador, fool! Alright, let's just pop the Scythe, you know? Alright, well, I mean, it doesn't matter. They lost anyway. There's nothing you could do here. Okay, so that's maybe one of the better draws remaining in the deck. We get to go Eremacir into Fateful Adventure. Maybe we get through a turn of Scythe by just playing Adventure. Griffin Rider here, we can go ahead and equip from deck a Draco back. We're going to bounce the Scythe, hit the Infip on the Griffin Rider. That's fine. Oh, it's in the same column. That's so funny. Down comes the Blue Sky. That's going to eat a Veiler. We're going to normal summon the Gearsu and go to the end phase. Down comes the Eldlixir of Scarlet Sanguine. We'll activate Griffin Rider. Of course, it's still negated. Eldritch is summoned. And how are they going to win from here? Oh, right, the DPE. They're going to go to combat and walk over the token eventually. They're going to walk over the Blue Sky, then activate the effect of the DPE, popping the Gearsu before normal summoning a Firewall Guardian and making Lingaribo. We're going to be able to trigger the Scarlet Sanguine for a Conquistador. And unfortunately, that should be all she wrote. Okay, Scrap Raptors a good draw, but probably not enough. Ghost Ogre off the top seals the deal. Activate the Scrap Raptor. That's going to be popped by the Conquistador. We can trigger the Nessie in hand in order to summon from deck a Danger, but I mean, we're just hoping that they forget that there's an effect on Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer here. We'll get the Nessie from deck and go into a Verte Anaconda. Oh, a Barricade Borg blocker even. The Succession had to resolve here. That was pain. That was truly pain. I like going into Barricade Borg over Verte to trick the opponent into not popping it. It didn't work, but I see the line. All right, next up is Plant Link versus Water. Water is a deck that aims to hand loop the opponent. Plant FTK is, I mean, pretty much exactly what it says on the tin, so let's see what happens here. So Water going first bodes very well for them. They're going to go for Deep Sea Diva. No hand traps in this FTK list. They're going to activate Nept Abyss, sending a Dragoons in order to add a Dragoons. Dragoons for a copy of, you guessed it, anything to trigger Dragoons. They're going to go for Deep Sea Minstrel, and now that they know the coast is clear, they can go for a Hauk. Hauk effect to summon a 0/0/1, and then they'll summon a Mulan Glacia to get 2 more cards out of the opener. Aurora Dawn up next. Boy, do I not miss this card at all. Back comes the 0/0/1, and then we'll be able to summon a copy of Cupid Pitch. Cupid Pitch here is going to be able to increase its level to make an Omega, trigger the Cupid Pitch in order to take 800 and go for, what is this, Creation Resonator? We're going to take one of the remaining 2 cards from the hand and then get a copy of Coltwing. Coltwing here, we're going to summon 2 tokens, trigger the effect of the 0/0/1 in graveyard, and that is probably all she wrote. Down comes Trishula for the last card in hand, and 1 Day of Peace to ensure that we don't get killed on the crackback. 1 for 1 for the Glow Up Bulb enables us to go to a Baron de Fleur, Glow Up Bulb effect to bring it back. Title, oh god, for another, we looped for 6! When was the last time you saw someone loop for 6? Or for Scopio, still almost full combo, but Baron de Fleur wins. All right, time for game 2, and this time the Plant FTK player is going first against the deck with 0 hand trap, so you know, I imagine they'll FTK. Lone Fire Blossom is supposed to be full combo, I believe. Lone Fire and a Lone Fire and a Lone Fire and a Lone Fire into Predaplant Orpheus Scorpio, discarding the World Carrot Weight Champion. You know, he had to work hard for that. We're going to go ahead and get the copy of Darlingtonia Cobra. We'll bring back Aroma Seraphy Jasmine and the Carrot Weight to get out a copy of Evil Thorn, which we'll trigger in order to summon a couple of Evil Thorns from deck. I think only 1 in rotation because 1 was in the hand. We're going to bring out a 6 here to go into Akashic Magician. We'll make Link Haribo and then Instant Fusion into, what is that? We'll make Curious here in order to send Phyrexian Cluster Amaryllis, mill 3, and then reborn the World Carrot Weight Champion. From here we can make a Bomber Dragon, and that is it. Amaryllis summons itself. That pops it for the Bomber Dragon. Amaryllis does 8. Amaryllis banishes 1 from the graveyard, and Bet Mecha is going to concede. This is probably the tightest game 3 we've had yet, actually. Any individual plant monster is full combo for Plant FTK, and you have to loop all of them in order for anything to work. This is kind of a stinker of a hand from the Water player. Heavy Infantry into Sea Minstrel. Never mind. That makes Hauk. It's actually not a stinky hand at all. This is a perfect hand. Okay, well, let's get our tokens out and get out the 0/0/1. Boy, are you happy that this exists or not? We're going to go into Omega. We're going to trigger the Cupid Pitch. We're going to get the Creation Resonator. Goodbye, Drown in Hell, Auroradon. We'll trigger Auroradon for Coltwing. Trigger Coltwing to summon a whole bunch of tokens in the 0/0/1 from graveyard. We've only gotten 1 hand out. What is this? Deep Sea Prima Donna? I've literally never heard of this card. What? Unbelievable. Truly. We'll make Baron de Fleur and then summon Mulan Glacia. That discards 2 from the hand, and then we'll pass turn. It's a 4-card hand. They could do this. First, Unexpected Die. That's going to get a Genius Loci. They're going to go into Dryas and trigger the effect. That does resolve. They'll go for the Sowing. That fiends the Baron, but that's all the interaction this turn. Surely they win from here. They're going to go for Twin into Loci, into Shadow, into Dryades. Shadow target Dryades for Dryades. There's Dryarentare. They're going to go ahead and get Bloom. They'll go into Thrasher. Thrasher effect target. They'll go into Baron. Oh, what? Why are they not? Whoa, 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 whoa. Why are they not able to reborn from the Thrasher? Am I missing something? Huh. Plant lock? We're not plant locked. The only card that plant locks on this field is the Sowing, but it's from extra and it was negated. Huh. All right, well, here's Herald. They're just going to pass here. Oh, Shadow Seed Plant Locks. Oh my gosh, it's been so long since I had to worry about that card. They're going to remove the last couple of cards, but... Ooh, do we not have another Thrasher? We could easily OTK if we did, but I bet we're out of space in the extra because we had to make so many into the FTK. No, this is so crusty. No, we're going to lose because instead of another Thrasher in the extra, we have a gosh dang Topologic Bomber Dragon. No, come on, Bangalancer. I mean, it's a good card, but I don't think it's good enough. Can't beat the Omega. Sun Avalon Bloom here negates effects. At least it will be able to preserve us for a turn. There's Prima Donna again. We'll Bangalancer in order to bounce. We'll take 15. 100 here. Reasoning coming down. We could still do it. Maybe the longest FTK is the one that doesn't F at all. They called one and hit it. My God. Draw for turn. Bangalancer's a vanilla. All right, we just have to find anything that does damage here. 1 for 1. That's good enough. Glow Up Bulb into Linkaribo, trigger Glow Up Bulb, and down comes Gamma. You're kidding me. Pass turn, both of those banished. Draw for turn, it's an Arborea. Is that enough? Absolutely not. Plant Link about to walk with it. Going to the battle phase, 25. Increase the attack to 28 and 3. One more turn. That's all we have to get through in order to make it out of here. That's the best draw in the deck. It's the best draw in the deck. We're going to win with title. Oh, no. Not like this. No. How was the FTK mirror the best match we've had so far? Title! Title is fine, folks. Title's fine. You can bring back Title. Title actually is fine, you know. It's okay. All right, next up is Danger Dark World, a deck that you always tell me is going to be broken in the Masochist Banlist tournament, versus Zodiac. Zodiac got hot nothing off this list except for exactly Zodiac Barrage. They have 3 of that, but they don't really have a payoff, so I guess we'll see where they go with it. Looks like the Zoo player has won the die roll, and boy, is this a stinker of a hand. FD pass. Zoo, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so Danger Dark World time. There's Bigfoot. They're going to go dealings first. And they'll trigger Bigfoot and get drolled. So I imagine we will now be waiting until the next turn. There's no way we can't just... What, are they not... They not re-droll? I don't know what's going on here. All right, well, this is unfortunately the end of the game. I'm actually shocked we couldn't go farther or win any at all. We're just making a big-ass Zeus. This is a 3-activation Zeus plus a DPE, so good luck. There's Allure of Darkness. There's Allure of Darkness. There's Slash Draw. Oh, and it did nothing. Okay, into the Void, into Dark World Dealings, into a Dead into the Void. You have to have a 3rd card for that. Reborn targeting Celestial. That's a nice one. DPE popping the Celestial and itself. Neat. Well, this was a cool deck. Really fun games from both players. All right, so this is game 2, and you may notice that the Danger Dark World player is making the Zoo player go first. I think that's fine. Look how bad these hands have been. Anti-Spell Fragrance, unfortunately, is an FTK. All right, so we're going to go first for the Chupacabra, and we hit a Grapha. Okay, Grapha gets to trigger, popping the Anti-Spell. We can then activate Allure. That's going to get ashed. Okay, all we have to beat is Nibiru DPE. I mean, you should expect to have to play through this every single format. Okay, there's DP targeting the Chupacabra. DP effect Engrave. We'll go for the Chusinoko. We hit the Snow. That's as good as it gets. We can go Snow into Beige. Card Destruction. We even get to cycle the Nibiru. Wait, this has got to be lethal, right? Nessie here. Nessie here is able to send to the graveyard. It's going to add to hand a Danger Response team. Bounce these 3, go for Grapha, and we can recycle all of these Dangers. That's kind of cracked. Thunderbird here at 3. They do miss it. Awesome. That triggers the Chusinoko as well. They're going to normal summon a Beige, and this has got to be lethal. It's gotta be lethal. Okay, thank God. It actually is. All right. Well, it's time for that all-important Game 3, and they're making the Dark World player go first, so they have to slash, draw, or die. They're going to pitch a Grapha, trigger Grapha, and Droll and lock Bird again. Why even go for Thunderbird? I'm going to be honest with you. To what end? All right, so there's Barrage. You know, there's Thoroughblade. There's Chakanine. You know, there's Thoroughblade. There's Tiger Mortar. There's Hammer Kong. There's Borbo. All right. Cool. Sick. Wait, Zeus FD? When have we seen this before? That's kind of gnarly. Ash the Dealings. Sure, why not? Fuck it. Bigfoot here. I think you hope you hit Bigfoot. Yeah, eat the Zeus. That's nice. All right, we just have to beat DPE eventually. You know, we got time. Dasher out the Whiptail. Maybe we don't have time at all, actually. All right, Chakanine here. We're able to summon back the Thoroughblade. We could go into Borbo, into Tiger Mortar. Tiger Mortar re-equip the Whiptail. And then we can proceed to the battle phase. 12, 16, 25. Main 2, we can make another Zeus. We know they're on a million of them. That's a 2-activation Zeus. Back to you. Draw for turn. It's Jackalope. That is insufficient. They even hit the Jackalope. Jackalope effect. They'll summon a Chusinoko from deck. And there's Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. You know. That's it. Maybe Master Duel was right, folks. Maybe we should limit Zeus. All right, folks, we've looked at a lot of really powerful cards and the impact of taking them off the list, but this is the most powerful series of cards yet. The Dragon Rulers. Now, there's a couple of decks that are using Dragon Rulers in this tournament. One is Dragon Link, which is poised to make a deep run. The other is this. It's just Dragon Ruler. We're playing it like it was played in 2013. Let's see what it can do. It's won the die roll. All right, here comes Chicken Game. Chicken Game activated here to draw a card. Then we're going to Chicken Game activated here to draw a card. Then we're going to... I guess we can start Dragon Ruling. We're going to go for a Blaster, normal summon a Gub, make Chaos Ruler. Wait, this is cracked! Okay, we found a couple of really powerful things. We'll grab DMD. We'll go for the Glow Up Bulb here. Foolish Burial in order to send a Tempest. Tempest effect, we can summon it. Blaster effect, we can banish from hand. Overlay for Dracosack? No, Diabolus the Mind Hacker. What the hell is this card? What? This is the most ridiculous card I've ever seen in my life, but it did banish the DPE, so who's to say if it's good or not? Seals Masquerena Pass. This is the future of the Dragon Rulers. Circle next. All right, we're going to go for Chicken Game here. Oh, God, Septo remembered the Chicken Game has 2 effects. They'll go for Balinks. That's going to trigger the Spheres, trigger the Gazelle. Gazelle here. Spheres is going to, I guess, bounce the Balinks, and then we'll activate the effect of the Spheres to summon from deck. What, a Goliath? Nope, another one of these. They'll go into Balinks again, into a Gazelle. They're going to go into a Unicorn. Unicorn effect, spin the Balinks. Foxy here. There is a face-up spell trap, so they can make Balinks a 3rd time, and yep, that one will stick. All right, we're able to do Spinny here, targeting the Balinks, summon back the Spinny, and now it's time to start cycling Sunlight Wolves. We even had a Will of the Salamangreat. It didn't matter. We'll trigger the Sunlight Wolf in order to add back from deck to hand a Gazelle, and then we'll go update Jammer into Transcode into bring back the Salamangreat Sunlight Wolf into Sanctuary into battle phase. 2 attacks from the Transcode Talker is sufficient to win the game. Well, now it's time for game 2, and Ruler player going first again. We're going to begin with a Gold Sarcophagus. That's going to banish Tempest. Tempest adds, what? Sparks? Then we go Burner into Blaster, into Tidal, into Normal Drafts, into Frisian, Target Drafts, into Dawn, Dragster, Diabolus, Nibiru. All right, well, I'm going to be honest with you. This is probably what the end board of Dragon Rulers would look like these days anyway. Blaster and a Primal Being token. All right, Gazelle coming down here. We'll go for a Balinks. I mean, do we really have to watch this one? Spinny here. We summon Sunlight Wolf, Sanctuary, Sunlight Wolf, and a Sunlight Wolf, and a Sunlight Wolf, and to bring back the Circle. We'll go for a DPE, trigger the Sunlight Wolf in order to add back the Gazelle, go to the battle phase, clean the board, and good luck to our Dragon Ruler opponent, because it's set 3 time, folks. Chicken Game off the top, really bad. We'll go for Chicken Game, take 1,000 in the process, draw a card. Okay, that is going to be it, and a swift 2-0 against Dragon Ruler. Next up, we've got Quark Baudelaire on Striker, Snore, versus Jazz Spy on a really epic deck. I'm talking about that Beatrice VW deck. I'm loving the Beatrice control strategy. I really hope that it wins, but I'm going to be honest with you. I do not think it is really likely. I think that we are about to see Stryker walk with it. Let me start the Gamba, and let's go. Okay, so this is a pretty beatable hand. We're going to go 1 for 1 for a glow-up bulb. We're going to make a Link Haribo, trigger the glow-up bulb effect. We're going to summon back the glow-up bulb, and down comes Halka Fibrax. Halka Fibrax effect in order to summon a 001, and oh, I love it. I just love this line. Oh, God, it's just so fun. Cupid pitch here, we're going to decrease the level. That allows us to go into a 6-star synchro. That's going to be important later. We're going to go for Lulu targeting Juju. Oh my god, we did all that just to make a monster we could target Lulu with. That's so silly. Charge Warrior here to get an anti-spell fragrance. That's Beatrice number 1. What are we sending? Arc Brave Dragon. Okay, we're going to Zhuanwu back the Juju. We're going to activate Lily, summon Lily. There's no way that anti-spell was the bin there. Beatrice here in order to send Goliath. We'll go for Qinglong. We're going to Qinglong in order to get Lao Lao. Lao Lao here targeting Lulu. That's enough to do it again, right? Yeah, Beatrice one more time. We're going to send a Necroworld Banshee. Go for Kaloon. Go for Chuche. We'll target the Lulu with the ZC. We'll trigger Auroradon to add back the spell fragrance. This is the best deck I've ever seen. I've literally never seen a deck this good. Yeah, so if you're unfamiliar, there are actually 3 effects on Auroradon. For 1, you can destroy a card. For 2, you can summon a Mecha Phantom Beast. And for 3, you can add a trap from your graveyard back to your hand. Standby phase, we're going to Arc Brave. It's going to be met with a Shark Cannon. We'll chain Banshee here to get Zombie World. No Goliath, but we still have a lot more. Down comes Anti-Spell. We're going to Beatrice for a Snow, and we still have more in the tank. Ray here for Hayate. We're going to activate Beatrice. We're going to send a copy of Ariel targeting the Ray and the Shark Cannon. Then we're going to Chuche targeting the Hayate so it can't float, and we'll win. We have to unban Beatrice. We have to unloot her just so I can play this. This is so good. All right, time for game 2. This time it looks a little worse. We draw an Assault Mode activate in the opener. All right, we're going to begin with a copy of Terraforming. Terraforming is going to get a copy of Area 0. We're going to upstart. We draw a Dasher. Okay, multi-roll time. We'll go Area 0. Activate multi-roll targeting Area 0. We'll go ahead and get ourselves a copy of Ray. Ray into, you guessed it, Shizuku. And we'll pass our turn. Activate Shizuku. Grab a Widow Anchor. Then activate Widow Anchor targeting the Shizuku so we can cycle for multi-roll both the Area 0 and the Widow Anchor. Draw for turn. Let's make it happen. Normal Lulu. Then, you know, we'll just get ashed. Well, you know, despite everything, it's still Virtual World. It's still Virtual World, folks. All right, we're going to go for the Area 0 here, and we do not hit it. That's unfortunate, so we'll go for the Chicken Game instead. Chicken Game for 1,000. We'll draw a card, grab a copy of Nibiru. We can multi-roll away the Chicken Game. That's funny. Hayate Direct. Are there 3 in grave yet? No, there are not, but there's about to be. We're going to go for the Kagari here, adding back the Engage. We're going to Engage for a copy of Widow Anchor, and then we'll Widow Anchor the face-up Lulu, and then link off for a Verte Anaconda, which we will use to send a copy of Fusion Destiny, get ourselves a DPE. We can go ahead and set 1 copy of a card, and then grab back the Engage for next turn. Oh, that's a good draw. That's a pretty good draw, sending the 2-2 here for the 2 back row. We will go for the 2-2. We'll trigger the effect of the Lily. We're going to DPE targeting the 2-2, but unfortunately that is the end of the game. Well, you know, you tried your hardest, but truly, who among us could not beat Triple Rose? Last time we had Triple Ray, this time we have Triple Rose, you know. It is what it is. Oh, God. We have to actually DPE here so we can start activating this stuff. We'll go for Shizuku, proceed to the end phase. Shizuku effect, we're going to get a Shark Cannon. Shark Cannon out the Lulu, activate multi-roll, reset the Shark Cannon so we can banish whatever they target with the Zhuanwu, and it doesn't matter. We can just DP the remaining back row or the Necro. This has got to be lethal, right? This has got to be lethal. They've got to be able to figure out a way to lethal. 25, 15, 19. Well, folks, it's time for that all-important Game 3, and no! Not like this. We've drawn all of the cards we wanted to send off of the Beatrice. Well, you know, it was It was a good try. All right, we're going to go for Qinglong here. At least we get to, like, cycle the Necro World. That's kind of cool. Lulu here, targeting the Lili, activating Kaloon. We're going to get a Chuche. We're going to make a Charge Warrior, activate Charge Warrior. We'll get a Lili. We'll pitch the Assault Beast for an Assault Mode activate. Beatrice here, we're going to activate Beatrice to send a 2-2. That's kind of neat. 2-2 effect. We'll go for the Xuanwu to bring back the Lili. We're going to send the Assault Mode for the second Beatrice. We're going to use it to send an Arc Brave. All right, hold up. All right, we can still do stuff. All right, so we're going to send a Goliath before the standby, so Arcbrave triggers and targets the Goliath, but down comes the Called by the Grave. Okay, we can still Necroworld Banshee, and then we'll Beatrice just into a Forbidden Droplet. That is so killer. Normal Ray, go in Hayate. Hayate direct. I guess we Chuche this. It's, like, not ideal, but if we can cycle it for a turn, we're still probably fine. Like, any turn where they aren't engaging is great for us. The Shizuku triggers here. The Beatrices are out of material, too, so this is going to get real crusty. We're going to overlay for... Oh, that's not as crusty as I thought, actually. That's pretty uncrusty. GG off the top means that we kind of have full combo here, don't we? We're going to Ariel banish the Ray. Wait, there's no shot, right? I mean, this is a super advantageous position. We still have the third Beatrice. We have Fan even. We can start cycling spells out of the grave, go for just the virtual world beasts and hope that it's enough. Main 2, we can activate Chuche targeting the Juju and then make a Thunder Charger into Sky Thunder line. This is not awful. Engage here gets a Ray. The Ray turns into a Kagari. Kagari add back Engage, but if we Chuche the Kagari, then they kind of have to do some weird stuff here. They're going to trigger the Ray, use Ray to go into the Kana, engage just to stay alive, gain life points, go to Hayate, attack. Hayate sends some random thing we don't need. Yeah, Area 0. Shark Cannon here to bring back the Lulu to go into the Verte. Verte effect to make DPE. All we have to beat here is DPE. They'll go to the end phase, draw for turn. This seems very winnable. All right, down comes the Lulu. They're, like, saving the DPE for the activation of the Zeus, but I think you just, yeah, let it resolve at this point. It's a little late. The Veiler coming down on the Lulu, but now we can just Chuche the DPE, and, I mean, that's lethal on board. We did it! Oh, my God! Another round! Oh, God. This Beatrice deck is so fucking cool. A lot of the point of this is to prove that the metagame would stay the same in a world where you unbanned all these cards. And one of the most important decks that will make a deep run as a result of that is Branded Despia. We've got Burrito Man piloting that. They are playing the winner of the last Masochist Banlist tournament, Kiera, on, unfortunately, not Synchron, Infernity. So let's jump over there and see what happens. There it is. Kira. I have messed this up every time. All right, so this looks like a hand with a lot of monsters in it. We're going to begin with a Wildcat. Activate Void Apocalypse. Void Apocalypse in order to pitch material to get the Stygian Street Patrol into the grave. We'll go Fiendish Rhino Warrior into Cherubini. We're going to go for the Archfiend Eris to get the Infernity Archfiend in hand. We can trigger it here by banishing the Street Patrol. Okay, so here's the Lawn Chair. We'll go into an Apollosa, then trigger Lawn Chair. I think we have the, yeah, Wildcat and the Archfiend here. We'll trigger the Archfiend, but what do you get here even? Necromancer? Sure. Oh, we can use Ancient Fairy Dragon to summon it! Oh my god, let's go. Third Archfiend activation of the turn. Let's go ahead and get a Mirage. Skulldread. Summon out the Mirage. We lost the format Appaloosa to do that. We're going to go Necromancer plus Archfiend plus Ratio plus your white. Archfiend here in order to get Barrier. Necromancer to get back Wildcat. Skulldread into, what is this? Leviair for a copy of Street Patrol. It's like I'm back in 2012. Dugaris, summon back the Archfiend. We're going again, baby. It's time for another. Wait, we're not even done comboing? Okay, another Skulldread. Another one. Okay, Mirage here. We're going to bring back the Necromancer and the Archfiend. Okay. Skulldread here in order to increase attack. Archfiend for another barrier. That's 2 barrier. Necromancer, bring back Wildcat. Back to the grave for a Baron de Floor. Monster Reborn for the 5th Archfiend of the turn. Archfiend effect. Grab another Wildcat. 1-for-1 pitching the Wildcat to get... This is unreal. 6th Archfiend. Necromancer, bring back the Wildcat. We're out of targets for Archfiend. Double Baron, double barrier, Archfiend to protect. This is so amazing. Negate the opening, Burrito Man surrenders. This is the best Infernity deck I've ever seen in my entire life. Ugh. Okay, time for game 2. Can Lightning strike twice? We've opened a hand trap against Branded, and they have opened everything. So we'll begin with a Luber the Boober of Doober. There is the Branded Fusion. There is Branded Lost. I can't believe this card exists. Albion here, Lost Chainlink 2 for Kit. We're going to go into Lubellion. Lubellion effect to go into Mirror Jade. The Edge Imp Chain will add a Patchwork, which we can then activate to get an Edge Imp Chain and a Polymerization. Kit here to summon herself, activate the effect in order to add Branded in red. We'll go for the Poly here, go for Dragostapelia, set 2 and pass, adding a Branded Fusion at end step. Frustrating! Infip targeting the Mirror Jade. Okay, that's like one of the points of interaction. We can go for Void Apocalypse here. We're going to pitch the Stygian Street Patrol for Eris. That's going to be met with the Called by the Grave. Game 3 and... Alright, check it out. Literally 0 points of interaction. Make it happen. Mirage. Card destruction. Let's go! Shit. We bricked. Okay, we get to draw 2 here. Okay, okay, all right. Cherubini sending Fiendish Rhino Warrior. This does do it. Okay, Fiendish Rhino Warrior can send an Archfiend. We'll go Mirage to bring back Archfiend Wildcat. Oh, got there. Okay. Archfiend effect. We're going to add from deck to hand a Necromancer. Go into an Ancient Fairy. Ancient Fairy in order to summon the Necromancer. And then from here we can activate the Necromancer to bring back the Archfiend Infernity. We're going to go ahead and activate Infernity Archfiend. And there's Lawn Chair! From here we can make a copy of Apollosa. Go for the Lawn Chair in order to special summon. We'll bring back the Archfiend. And of course we'll bring back the Necromancer. Archfiend effect here. We're going to, I imagine, grab another Archfiend. Tour or Beat Cop from the Underworld? Oh. Yeah, we couldn't have kept going. No. Well, we'll negate Aluber the Boober of Doober. They'll allure. Trigger Tragedy. Drew the Tragedy off the allure, by the way. Awesome. Theater of the Branded. Come on. We can't beat Masquerade. We literally cannot beat Masquerade. Oh. Dragostapelia negating the activated effects of Apollosa. We bring back the Masquerade. Branded opening off the top. You've got to be flipping with me. Aluber the Boober of Doober negated. But Apollosa's negated too. There's the Branded Fusion. What a heartbreaker. Oh, that was the biggest heartbreaker I have ever experienced in the Masochist Banlist tournament. It really looked like it was going to happen. Oh. that was really one of the most based Infernity decks I've ever seen. The payout would have been a... Well, time for 2 fan-favorite strategies to duke it out. Dragon Link and Wind Up. Wind Up is exceptionally good at board building, as is Dragon Link, but one of them got a bunch of Dragon Rulers off, and the other got exactly 1 Zenmaity. So let's see. Alright, so Wind Up has won the die roll. They're going to begin with a Junk Fort and a Wielder. That's full combo. Zenmaity here is going to summon from deck a copy of Hunter, no Magician. We'll go Wind Up Shark and a Wind Up Magician. Magician effect for Magician. And there's Nibiru, so... You know, that was cool. We can use Rat here to bring back the Magician, but to what end? Zen Maintenance in order to get another Rat? Cool. Well, this was a neat one. Okay, there's a Droll and Lockbird. That's something. Wandering Griffin Rider coming down will trigger the effect of the Fateful Adventure. We're going to target our copy of the Adventure Token. We're going to quick launch here. I wonder why we're not summoning these in attack. Don't we want to kill them here? I imagine we might be able to anyway. There's Red Rose Dragon into Baron to Floor. Red Rose Dragon is going to grab a copy of Rox Rose Dragon, who cannot activate the effect. We're going to go into an Apollosa for 2. And now it's title time, baby. Baron to Floor to target the monster on field. This isn't lethal, is it? I think it's like 1,000 off. It's 800 off. Okay, all right, we can do this. Actually, we can't because nothing we have beats Apollosa. Wind up Rat here in order to target Shark. There goes the Baron de Fleur. We can triple attack in order to draw 2, but they would have to be better than that. It looks like the wind up player has is going second. They said, no, 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 no. I'm not contesting those hand traps. I'm boarding into Evenleys. I'm boarding into Dark Ruler. I'm boarding into Regeki. Let's go, baby. Let's absolutely go. That said, I don't know how they actually win the game, right? Like, I can see how they're not going to lose. But they need to have a starter, right? All right, so we're just going through the Dragon Link combo here. We're Basil Rose shooting back the Rox Rose Dragon. We'll go into an Ancient Fairy Dragon. This is something I did not foresee. We can pop the Boot Sector launch to grab a copy of Dragon Ravine, which is crazy strong with the Dragon Rulers. We'll go ahead and get Remus here. We're going to special the Remus. We'll link off for an Apollosa. And then we're going to go for the title, and then we're going to go for the Romulus, and then we're going to go for Ravine number 2. That's right, not once per turn. We have Blaster, we have Title, and we also have Tempest. So we can make Dracosack here, get 2 tokens, just like the good old days. That's 4 materials of stuff on board. We'll make Masquerena, activate Remus effect, go into Boral and Dragon. Boral and Dragon. We're going to bring back the Ancient Fairy Dragon, trigger the effect in order to destroy a field spell. And guess what? Again, not a once per turn. We're going to go Son Boral Dragon, pitching the equip spell to go Rocket Tracer to Recharger to Borreload Savage. This is maybe the craziest end board I've ever seen. Wow. Okay, well, it's just going to get Dark Ruler Raigekid, so, you know, it is what it is. The one monster will live because of the IP Masquerena, but surely we can beat this. Okay, there's Ziaman number 2. There's Zenmaity. Zenmaity effect to summon Magician. To make Zen Maintenance. To normal Rat. Okay, we can do this. Rat into Magician, triggers Zen Maintenance. We're going to go ahead and get Rat. Magician effect, we're going to go ahead and get Magician. Rat effect, we're going to target the Zenmaity. That triggers Magician. We're going to summon from deck a Shark. We're going to go into Unicorn. Unicorn effect, targeting the Boral end. Access code effect, targeting the Unicorn. Special the Tracker. Break Sword into Phoenix. And we forgot that we are under Dark Ruler. Okay, well, I mean, we've won this one. Or have we won this one at all, actually? Water Enchantress at the Temple to bring back the Aramesir. We actually have like 15 Dragon Rulers in the grave. I forgot. Okay, so there's Tempest, there's Blaster, there's Tidal, there's Rocket Synchron, there's Absorouter, there's an 8 plus an Aramesir plus a 3-mat 7. There's Borland again. They're just making it twice. Okay, they can bring back Dillingerous here and go to the battle phase. They can walk over the, I mean, the entire board sans the access code. Borland will target the access code in draw phase and negate its effects. And
that was wrong.
looks like we actually lost that one. All right, I have decided that actually the Dragon Rulers are cringe. We probably can't bring these back. That was so frustrating. Oh, okay, next up we've got Pendulum versus Infernoble. Now, Pendulum has just gotten a lot better after the release of Beyond the Pendulum. They don't have it for this event. Infernoble got a lot better because they got the hand rip card, and I believe nothing else. But that still might be enough. Let's go ahead and check that out. That's JRIVE. I'm just going to pull up the replay real quick, and we'll jump in. All right, so it looks like Infernoble has won the die roll. We're going to go for a copy of Ogier. This is my boyfriend. We'll go for Durandal, targeting the Fire Twink. We'll go ahead and add from deck to hand a Reynaud, then activate Reynaud, getting back the milled copy of Gearfried. We're going to go for the Isolde here. Isolde is going to add from deck to hand a Connector for next turn. Then we'll special the Gearfried, go for the Ogier in order to equip to the Gearfried, and now we have an Omni for the remainder of the line. They're going to go for the Halka Fibrax line here. There's the Infip, and okay, we'll let that resolve. This hand is not good enough to play through that. Well, Pendulum time, folks. There's Dragon Shrine. Dragon Shrine is going to send a copy of Darkworm. Darkworm is going to summon itself and get a copy of Gate 0 from deck to hand. From here, we can set Gate 0. We can set Double Iris Magician. We can Pendulum summon 1, 2, 3, and trigger the effect of the Harmonizing Magician on field. That'll be met with the Gearfried, but 3 material is probably enough to OTK. We'll go for Dubs here. Dubs is going to add from deck to hand a Star Pendulum Graph. That's going to allow us to make a Selene, and then we'll trigger the Selene and the Star Pendulum Graph in sequence. Star Pendulum Graph here getting another Double Iris. We can normal before going into access code. mode, targeting the Selene and being met with both the Halqifibrax and as Chainlink to the Nibiru. This is going to allow us to go into a Roland that sticks around. We'll mill a copy of Smoke Grenade of the Thief and draw for turn. All right, so this time Pendulum is going first. We're going to begin with Skullcrobat Joker. We're going to activate Skullcrobat Joker. There is the Droll and Lockbird. Can we possibly win through Droll and Lockbird with a hand that includes Monkey Board? Is it possible for a Country Monkey and a City Destrudo to make Halqifibrax? Halqifibrax here is going to grab, you guessed it, wow, Odd Eyes Synchron. Usually you want to be using Odd Eyes Synchron in order to summon out a Monkey Board so you can make an 8, but that was a very weak setup. Okay, we're going to Hulk here for a copy of Desert Locusts. Force them to discard a card, and then we can use Desert Locust to go into a Barone. It's something. Neospace Connector is going to be met with the Barone, but I think this is one of the hands that actually extends through it. Yep, there's Olivier, and there's Reynaud. And can one singular Isold win the game on her own? Let's see. There is the Gearfried to hand. We're going to activate the Isold. We'll summon out an Olivier again. Down comes Halqifibrax of our own. Halqifibrax summoning 001, and all right, Hulked on into Baron de Fleur. We're going to activate Baron de Fleur, popping Baron de Fleur. We'll go to the battle phase. We'll walk over everything. And then in main phase 2, we're going to activate Auroradon to destroy a card on the field to eat those scales. I don't even really like that, just because I know that there's a Monkey Board in hand, right? Well, as long as we can't screw up the other scale, we're fine. That's going to be negated by the Baron de Fleur. Normal summon the Draco Slayer. Boy, if that had been a high scale. Next up is an FTK. Ruin Force is an FTK that's viable, provided you have 3 copies of Reasoning and 3 copies of Monster Gate at your disposal. But it's also ass. So I imagine it can't stand up to Prank Kids, the literal best deck of the previous format. Let's just check it out here. Game 1 looks like the Ruin Force player is going first, and oh boy, I mean, it's going to be one of those games. We're going to trigger Outstanding Dog Mary, so it's back in deck, and then it's Reasoning time, folks. They pick a 10. Looks like they might know what's up. All right. Okay, anytime. All right. You cut it out. Where's the Ruin Force? It's in the hand. Wait. Do we... Okay, there's one Ruin Force. Is Mary the only target? No shot. Oh my god. Okay, so there's Nibiru, but that's not gonna do it. 2 Ruin Force for Gustav Max. That's 2,000. 2 Ruin Force for Gustav Max. That's 2,000. How the hell are we getting the other Ruin Forces on field? We're gonna Unicorn. 2 Ruin Forces for Gustav Max. That's 2,000. And now we're out of Gustav Maxes, so we have to use the Ruin Forces and the Overdrive to put back the Gustav Maxes. Holy shit. Time for game 2. Prank Kid going first this time. God knows the Ruin Force is not playing any hand traps whatsoever, so, you know, this is just the end of the game. We're going to go Doodledo into Lampsies into Prank Kid's place, activate place. We'll go for Souls. We're on Lancia out of the board. Come on. Unnecessary. Oh, come on. This is too many hand traps. Be nice. They're making Rocket Ride here, just no respect. Rocket Ride effect. They're going to go ahead and cycle for Lampsies, correctly identifying that Nibiru does nothing. We're going to Roxy's to put a couple of these cards back on the field. We'll set 1 and pass. Draw for turn. Yeah. That's the turn, you know? Oh, whoa, they even passed her. Come on, man. Don't be doing this. This is BM as hell. Well, now I hope the Ruin Force player wins. Oh, come on. Time for game 3, and boy, oh boy, do you not want to draw Sword of Deep-Seated. Actually, is this full combo? No hand trap in the Pranked player's hand. I guess we'll IF and then send it to the graveyard for Monster Gate. Down comes Griff. 1 for 1 here, pitching a monster for Mary. Link it off for Link Haribo. Mary to put it at the bottom of the deck. Monster Gate? No shot. So this doesn't actually do it, because you need the deep-seated to be in the deck so you can shuffle it back with Overdrive. But I guess you could just equip the deep-seated, right? I mean, I feel like you could. A Bitchet for Unicorn. There's the Mary. That's every card in the deck. Ruin Force 1, Ruin Force 2, equip the deep-seated, get absolutely bungulous blasted. 2K, Ruin Force, 2K. What's next? Masquerena. And after that, you know it's Ruin Force, 2K. What's the final move in this symphony of disaster? Ruin Force, Overdrive, put back the Gustav Maxes, 2K. Boy, I hope this does not
Next
keep
up is
winning.
celebrity
Guest Tatsim playing his signature deck Drytron. Going to be playing against Tempest FTK. So this is the spell counter burn deck. I hope that something interesting happens in these games. Let's find out. Well, you know, this is Drytron. All right, there goes Prep Rights. There goes Zeta. Pitch the Ben 10, trigger the Ben 10. Go for the Diviner effect. Send the Herald, add the Colossalus effect. Grab the Cycle effect, send the Jin. Drytron Medionis for Ben 10 into Beatrice effect. Send a Gamma effect. Summon the Gamma, summon the Zeta, Medionis, target the Drytron, overlay for Fafnir, activate Fafnir, send Alpha, Medionis in order to cycle for Herald, Alpha sending the on-field Mu Beta, grab Itaden, set a Droplet Pass. Wow, is that one negate on the Ultimateness? Epic. They're going to go for Chicken Game. Beatrice, Lady of the Eternal, sends Ava. Wow, is that 3 negates on the Herald? Epic. Chicken Game for 1,000. They'll add to hand a Wielder, into an Upstart, into a Servant, into a Negation. Into a negation, into the end of the turn, and that's it. That's it, folks. What a fun, interesting game. I really liked the part where they summoned the Drytron. That was my favorite part of it. What was yours, chat? What was your favorite part of this game? My favorite is when Tatsim forgot what Chicken Game does. That would be my favorite. And then, you know, we'll go for the Ben 10 into the Nova, into the Linkaribo, into the Phoenix. And then we just pass with 18 negates in hand, you know? That's how it goes. I still believe in Tycoon. Okay, I am done believing in Tycoon. Just goes to combat. Alright, so this time the FTK player is going first. Oh, and the Drytron pilot drew Droll and Lockbird. That's a good one. I imagine this deck can't beat Droll and Lockbird. I'll just take a wild guess here. We get one monster negate. Alright, Tatsim beat one monster negate with your 3 Drytron hand. Okay. We don't even have to. We could just herald it. Oh, I love Drytron. Oh, I love Drytron. Oh, I love Drytron. Just make Zeus. Fuck it. Who cares, right? Then we can Alpha. Alpha search Ben 10. Zeta pitch Ben 10. Ben 10 add Diviner. Normal Diviner. Diviner effect. Send Herald. Herald add Itaden. Delta pitch Itaden. Grab emergency off the top by revealing Medionis. Itaden effect. Overlay for Beatrice. Beatrice effect. Medionis to bring back Itaden. Itaden to bring back the Medionis. And then Medionis to bring out Herald. Okay. Beatrice and draw. Send Ava. Get 2 negates. 2 negates plus IP Masquerena plus ratio plus your white. This is an interesting one. I do appreciate that the FTK player is not conceding. It's unnecessary. Cool. All right, so next up is Magical Explosion, one-sided solitaire combo deck, and the fun interactive strategy that is Fluonderies. Now, I know many of you are already falling asleep, but keep this in mind. We unbanned Ultimate Offering, and I specifically chose the Fluonderies pilot who is playing it. So let's see. All right, first up is Magical Explosion. And let's see what we got. Chicken Game. Into Numeron Network. Into a whole bunch of monsters. Into Broken Bamboo Sword. Into Foolish Burial Goods. Into the other Bamboo Sword. Into Golden. Into Golden. Into Chicken Game. Into Golden. Into the Void. Into Allure. Into Memories of Hope, the most ashable target in the 7 seas. Into Saruya. We put back one of the magical explosions. Into Toon Table, okay, so like we win here, right? There's no way. Toon Table, into Toon Table, into Toon Table, into Allure of Darkness, into Card Destruction. Whoa, we pitched a magical explosion, did we? I hope we have enough here. Chicken Game, into Spellbook of Secrets, into the Void, into the Void, into Numeron Network. That's not lethal. A magical explosion is the only combo deck where you could draw your entire deck and lose. It's unbelievable. You literally have to have 40 spells in there. Oh no, they so greedy. No, I'll just draw the third explosion. I'm fine to discard the second one. Oh no. All right, well, this is the end of the game. Nothing you could do past this position. They're going to set one card and pass. There's Blue Boy. You know, how are their targets still in deck? No way are their targets still in deck. Eaglin into Rabina, into the Apex Avian, into Trigger Rabina, into Dreaming Town, into a Surrender. Unsurprising. Boy, Magical Explosion is just the worst combo deck of all time. Let's jump into game 2. Okay, this is a great hand. No interaction from the opponent. TTC into TTC into Spellbook of Secrets for Blue Boy, normal Blue Boy. Nope, we're going to do that first and get the knowledge into our hand so he triggers for no reason. Okay, we do get the Golden Bamboo Sword here, or the Broken, rather. Into the Void, into Wall, that's good. Wall into Network, Network summon 4. These Crossy Roads are really bad. They are just not any good at all. Card Destruction for 2 here. We got to find a Golden, and we did not. Oh, we did. We totally did. Oh my god, what the fuck was that? They cherries a Saruya. Oh! They cherries. That literally won them the game. It won them. It literally won. Actually, it didn't win them the game. They had fucking Droll Lock Imperm too. All right, so this is weird. This is not a playable hand, so we'll just have to get a little lucky here. And we have now gotten a little lucky. Any bird does it in a hand that has Gold Sark, so we'll take Eglin. We're going to activate Infinite Impermanence, targeting the Infinitrack Fortress Megaclops. It always weirded me out that Infip was allowed to do this. It seemed like the card was a little too powerful for Infip to beat it, but, you know, what do I know? We're going to go ahead and get Stree. We're going to go M-Pen effect, Eaglin effect, add it back to hand. M-Pen grab the trap. We will activate the effect of the M-Pen so we can destroy it by battle. Main phase 2, we're going to set one card, pass it back. 22 cards in deck. Maybe one is a calling. Nope. Normal Eaglin, activate Rabina. This is the end of the game. Well, I am personally shocked and appalled. Truly, I did not expect it to go this way. You know, I thought that Magical Explosion was, you know, the greatest deck ever made. So imagine my shock. All right, chat. Time for one of the most dominant decks in the current metagame, Sword Soul, to go up against a piece of garbage in Spellbook. Now, the Dragon Ruler deck didn't do particularly well, but maybe its 2013 compatriot can do so. Let's jump into the games. So it doesn't look like it. This is a pretty decent hand for Spellbook, but unfortunately it's also a decent hand for Sword Soul. Oh, I am
That was
so
wrong.
glad that we don't have to sit through this anymore. Boy, oh boy, am I so glad that we don't have to sit through this. Okay, there's... Oh, God. Boy, am I glad we're never going to have to sit through this. My word. Danglong's a tuner? Holy guacamole. Wow, he just makes Baron. Wow. Okay, so there's Yazi. There's Chi Shao. Chi Shao effect, grab Long Wan. Long Wan effect, summon himself. Summon the token, Ashana to summon Adhara. Into Chaofeng, calling light into evil Long Wan. Yeah, that's the end of the game. Yep. So Secrets is a good one. We'll go for Water Enchantress into Artemis afterwards, so we can trigger Master. We'll activate Water Enchantress in order to get right. I imagine we're going to start trying for rights. We're going to activate Rite of Aramasir, switching the Long One. They're going to 9 pillars here. Okay, all right. We might be able to do this. We're going to Spellbook of Knowledge, sending the Artemis, Rite of Aramasir, and then we'll trigger the Fateful Adventure, and yeah, that is devastating. That was pretty close. I'm not gonna lie. That was way closer than I thought it would be. All right, let's check out game 2. Okay, so one hand trap. It's just Ghost Ogre. Okay, so we did get to start with Judgment. That's fantastic. All right, Aramasir here. We're gonna get the token. We're gonna go for the Fateful. That's gonna eat the Ghost Ogre. All right, good judgment, good judgment, pretty good judgment, pretty decent judgment, good judgment, good judgment, pretty good judgment. I would say that was a good judgment. That was a good judgment. So there's emergence. Afterwards they're gonna go for the long one with the token. This is gonna go for wisdom here, and then fate in order to, flip the long one face down. That's almost good enough, except the Ashana will do it. Vishada targeting the remaining back row. Normal summon Incredible Ecclesia. Ecclesia for Taya. Taya banish whatever you want. We'll get another token. Emergence here targeting the Ashana. Reduced by 1 into Baron. Baron effect. Pop the token. Taya on the token for Baxia. We're killing this turn. Come on, man. And then we'll go to the battle phase. 3K, 23, and okay, we're just making Baxia. Making Baxia to chill. Okay, that's good. Secrets here in order to get Fate. Less good. Fate here in order to tuck to face down defense position. That'll be negated. Artemis, Water Enchantress here in order to grab Right. Right does not have to grab from deck. Adventure token for the Fateful Adventure. We're going to go Lina in order to bring back Ecclesia. This is good. This is good. Selena for 3. Oh, is there not a spellcaster? Oh, no. We were so close. All right, second to last of round 1, we've got Cosmo Jenkins on another pendulum strategy. That is Zephyra versus winner of the last CSM, Crazy Wizza on Dinosaur. All right, let's see what happens. All right, looks like Zephyr has won the die roll. God, Danglong was such a big deal for this deck. 9 pillars in the opener. Pot of Prosperity here. Wow, we found Zephyrath. I imagine we're getting that, even if it's eventually. Yep, so there's the Zephyrath off the Oracle of Zephyra. Wow, this is giving me progression vibes. We're going to normal summon Supreme King Dragon Darkworm. We'll get 0, set 0, and now we can pendulum summon, 1, 2. We'll go Zephyr Nui. We will use Zephyr Nui to get a copy of Providence. There's Hauka Fibrax. Hauka Effect, we'll get a Jet Synchron. We're going to go into Auroradon, trigger Auroradon to get 3 tokens. And then if we like, we can summon the 001 from Graveyard as well. We're going to summon a Mecha Phantom Beast from the deck. We're going to get Olion and then Dragon Shrine in order to send a Destrudo to grave. We're going to go Danglong here, trigger the effect of the Olion, and then Danglong effect in order to add Zephyraxi. We're going to send a Zephyr Nui to the graveyard, then activate the graveyard effect of our Destrudo to make a Baron, trigger the effect of the Danglong to summon the Zephyraxi from deck, make a Herald, activate Providence, use Providence to get a copy of Divine Strike, set 2 counter traps, and pass. That's pretty good. All right, Dino, time for a Terraforming. They're going to go Lost World into Soul Eating Overraptor. They're going to go Lost World 2, Soul Eating Overraptor 1. Negate the Lost World, Soul Eating Overraptor resolves. It's time for the second Lost World, which will fiend out a Herald. There's the Pankratops walking over the Auroradon, and we will be able to protect the Zephyraxi. We're going to trade for the Divine Strike and pass turn. That's not sufficient. Baron here is going to be able to tag out for a copy of Herald of the Arclight, then we're going to be able to normal summon a Diva. That'll be Ash Blossomed, but Herald will negate that. Wow, I see why we did that now. We're going to summon a Diva from deck, then we'll activate Zephyrath in order to tuck a copy of Zephyraxiton, and then we'll trigger the effect of the Zephyraxi and the Zephyranui, and then get a copy of Zephyr Providence to hand. Here's another Baron. Activate Baron in order to pop the Overraptor, go into Unicorn, go into Talker, and so it's time for game 2, and... Oh, wait! First duo of the event. First duo of the event. All right, so this is duo into adventure combo. If you lose from this position, you are a dork forever. You seriously, duo from this position. Come on. Okay, listen, duo's too strong. You can't let duo off. It's too strong. If you're going to let any of these cards off, you got to let off Change of Heart. Duo is too strong. Like, look at this. Duo is too strong. It's too strong. Duo is too strong. Pot of Prosperity here. First archetype to discard 1 trillion cards. All right, down comes Dragon Shrine. Send the Supreme King Dragon Darkworm. Darkworm in order to add 0. Oracle of Zephyra in order to add Zephyrath. Zephyrath effect in order to set Zephyranui. Special the Zephyraxiton into IP Masquerena, into Zephyranui, into Zephyraxion, into Zephyranui, into Providence, into Unicorn, into Talker, and we'll just pick apart the board here. We will pop the token, go to the battle phase, pop an additional monster, activate Providence, go ahead and get a Divine Strike, set that and pass. So just the 1, but that's probably enough. There's Rite of Iram Masir. Down comes Fateful Adventure, pitching the True King Lithosogym. They're going to go Link Spider into, what the hell is this? Secure Garden Pass. All right, well, good luck. Wow, that's a pretty sick draw off the top, but probably not even necessary. We're going to go for it regardless. It's going to eat an Ash Blossom, sure, but we have a 0 and a 7, so we can summon out the Zephyranui and get another Omni. We'll go for a Zephyr Providence here that's going to add a Zephyraxi. We'll access code Talker, the Fateful Adventure, go to the battle phase, eat the Secure Garden, pass back turn, back to the opponent who draws a Gamma for turn. They will pass, and that should be all she wrote. Draws another Zephyrath, access code Talker here, banishing itself for the Water Enchantress, then we'll Pendulum Summon 2, including a Zephyraxiton. It will be Gamma'd this Zephyraxi, getting a driver out of the deck. We are really hurting here. Both of these cards banished, draw for turn. It's a Fossil Dig! That's as good as it gets! Soul Eating Overraptor coming down after resolution of the Rite of Iram Masir. Because there's no Fateful Adventure in rotation, not too big of a deal. Huh? I see. They just didn't want to die to the Divine Strike. Wait. It wasn't even online. Are you kidding me? He led with right after spiking Overraptor? All right. That's okay. Zephyr's based. I'm happy that it's continuing. I imagine it's continuing. How could we possibly lose from this position? Oh, we're trying. We are trying our hardest. Okay, all right. Baron de Fleur here does negate the activation of the baby Ceresaurus. We drew the Garnet. Penned 1, 2. Auroradon to pop the token. And finally, we have assembled Lethal with Tribute Summoned fucking Psy-Frame Driver. Oh, no. All right. One more match in the first round. All right. Last match of round 1. We've got Sevj on Noid versus Second Base on the synergistic group of cards colloquially referred to as the Pile. Looks like our Pile player is going first, and this is exactly what you want to see in Noid. Driver in the opener. Actually, this is almost exactly what you want to see in Noid. Lava Golem in the opener, plus that grass looks greener. All right, we're going to special summon this copy of Magician's Souls, and then we will activate the effect. We're going to go for the Auroradon. Okay, all I'm learning from this is that it was absolutely correct to ban Auroradon. This is some bullshit. All right, down comes Herald of the Arclight, Auroradon time. Let's go ahead and send the Herald of the Arclight here, which will trigger getting Necros of Clossalus. We'll go, whoa, what is this deck doing? Danglong in order to send from deck to graveyard. Metaphys Ragnarok? What? Hold on. Shooting Riser to send a Jin? I am pogging. DJ, run that shit back. They can't beat the Clawslock. No. Oh, no. Okay, that was... that was a little gnarly. That was a little gnarly. Okay. This time, Infernoid is like, that's not happening again. I'm going first. Reasoning. Picked one. We milled 0 Noids. 0 Noids. I was like, oh, they have Droll. They did not need it. Well, that's Infernoid for you. Oh my god, I love Infernoid. I love It's just so good. That's the problem, is that it's actually just too powerful. Droplet back to hand. Mindcon the Link Haribo. Yeah, completely necessary here, by the way. We're going to go for the Halka Fibrax. We'll go Baron to floor, trigger Red Rose and a Rocks Rose. Do we really need to sit through this? Link Spider and access code. Oh, we don't actually have to sit for very long. Combat 43, 3K, 2K. Wow. First round of the Masochist Banlist tournament. We are down to your top 16 duelists. They are 4444444 Newt, 4444 on Gadget, Wildcard Junior on Tri-Brigade, Neos Phoenix Warrior on Cybers Eldritch, Bet Mecham on Water, Unnamed on Zoo, Sebto on Salad, Jazz Spy on Beatrice, Second Base on the Pile, Burrito Man on Branded Despia, Marissa on Dragonlink, Drop the Mic 04 on Infernoble, Rycape on Ruin Force, Tatsum on Drytron, Tori on Fluondaries, Feraldo on Sword Soul, and Cosmo Jenkins on Zephyra. I don't want to call anything too early, but it's looking really good for the meta strategies. Tri-Brigade, Cybers Eldritch, the Pile, Branded Despia, Dragonlink, Drytron even, Fluondaries, and Sword Soul all advancing over gimmicky FTK garbage that you all assured me would be busted as hell. Well, folks, it is time for the top 16, and your first match is 444444 Newt 444444 on Gadget versus Wildcard Junior on Tri-Brigade. Let's jump in. No further ado. Wow, this is a good-ass Tri-Brigade hand, my word, and no hand traps from the Gadget player. Fractal into Kit effect, send a copy of Nerval to the graveyard, Nerval effect. We're going to go ahead and grab Fractal. We're going to go for a Karos, pitching a Rescue Cat. Normal summon the Rescue Cat, activate the effect in order to summon both a Kit and a Karas from deck. From here, we can make a Farajit the Baron Blossom, use its effect to summon the Fractal. We'll go Karos for 4. That's going to summon from our extra decade copy of Shireg. We're going to go for a Rugal, then Fractal for 3 before passing turn. Surely we were supposed to get the trap here. Now, no big deal. We can still trigger the Shireg manually with the effect of the Rugal. They're going to go Sky Iris, targeting the red. That's kind of interesting. They'll activate Odd Eyes Fusion. Whoa! What? That's gnarly. Okay, all right, okay. Next up is the Tanky. Unfortunately, that's not enough. We're going to go for a Fractal. We're going to go for 4 here, summon a Shireg, activate Shireg's effect, banish the Vortex, and I imagine this is lethal. If not... Oh, nope, it is. Okay, time for game 2, and oh... Well... I think they are going second on spec that, like, they need Zeus to win the matchup, or they can board into going second cards, but, uh-oh. This is an incredibly good hand from our Tri-Brigade friend. It's all Tri-Brigades. Karos here, activate Karos for 2. Activate the effect of the Farajit in order to summon a Kit from hand. Kit effect for 2. We can go ahead and get ourselves a copy of Bear Broom. Down comes Rugal. Bear Broom effect in order to get Revolt. Normal the Fractal, which we haven't used yet. Go for 2 for Farajit. Farajit and Farajit into Shureg. Set 1 pass. This is a strange Revolt, in fact. Feather Duster, Chain Revolt. We're going to bring out the Nerval in the kit. That's just going to go into a Bear Broom, which allows us to trigger the Nerval in the kit. That's going to add from deck to hand a Fractal for next turn. There's Terratop effect into Takatomborg. We're going to make Platinum Gadget, activate the effect. Chain Rugal to bring back the Nerval. That's going to summon a Recycler. Recycler effect will Shureg, banishing the Plat Gadget. They're going to normal Geargi Augur. Okay. We might be able to do this. Special Geargi Accelerator. There's Gigant X. Activate Gigant X. There's Boot Up Soldier Command Dynamo. Special that. Activate Gear Charge. Summon Red. Red effect. We'll add green to hand. Yellow, rather. We'll go into Gigant X2. We'll activate the effect. Grab green. Activate Guitar. Guitar effect. Grab mics. Normal summon the yellow. Activate yellow. Use yellow to get green. And that is actually all we can accomplish. All right, another interesting one. Cyberus Eldritch is a deck that can effectively lock out of the extra, and it's got a lot of cards that want to be in the graveyard, but it's still hard to contend with banish 6 cards out of your hand. So let's find out what's going to happen here. So it looks like Cyberus Eldritch has won the die roll. Bodes pretty poorly for water. This is a great hand. Firewall Guardian into a Link Disciple, into a Devotee. Silent Mining kind of clunking up the grip, but we can always tuck it away, and that's what we'll do. Wow, for a Scarlet Sanguine. That's the entire line. Dagda into Devotee, trigger Dagda, trigger Devotee. We're going to go ahead and get ourselves a Scythe, and then afterwards we can make a Verte Anaconda, fire off an FD manually, and then set 2 and pass. Seems a little silly, but what do I know? That's the Scythe in the... Oh, actually, that's not anything at all. Okay, let's see what this deck can do. So we're going to begin with a Bistius. Going to Ash the Dragoon. That's really good news because now we can Diva into a Nept Abyss. We're going to Nept Abyss, send the Dragoon, add a Dragoon, activate Dragoon, go ahead and grab ourselves a copy of Lapis Dragon. That's going to allow us to go into a Coral Dragon, which trades for the Infit before we have to commit to Hauk. Okay, all right, let's make it happen. Croco Dragon Arceus afterwards. That's going to trade for the Scarlet Sanguine. And now, with the shields down, we can go for Hauk, trigger Coral to draw a card. We're going to summon a 0/0/1, and now we're going to make a Auroradon. Auroradon here, summon 3. But if all we're going for is Baron, it only trades for the DPE, right? That's not probably good enough. Cupid Pitch, we're going to take 8 here. We're going to Auroradon to summon a Coltwing. Coltwing effect, we're going to summon 2 tokens to our side of the field and the 0/0/1 from our graveyard. From here, we can Synchro Summon nothing. The Eldritch player has decided that they've lost. All right, time for game 2. Another killer hand from the Eldritch player. Water Enchantress going to get ashed. No big deal because we drew the Signet Mining as well. This is going to be full combo. Looks like we don't have the Called by the Grave this time. And even if we did, we have the Solemn Judgments. We're going to go Devotee, put whatever was on top of our back on top of our deck. We're going to go into Dagda, into Devotee, trigger Dagda. We'll get a Scythe, and then afterwards we'll just make a Verte. You know, I am going to miss this deck. I am not going to miss this interaction. This is so annoying. Okay, and now we're going to game 3. So it's time for that all-important game 3, and ooh, this is a weird one. Small World gets ashed here. What do we do from this position? Normal 0/0/1 into Almirage, summon Arborea, Halka Vibrax into a Jet Synchron? Is that enough? I feel like that's not enough. Okay, Cupid Pitch here. We're going to summon Coltwing, activate Coltwing, summon 2 tokens, activate 0/0/1. We'll summon the Savage Dragon, trigger the Cupid Pitch, equip the Halka Fibrax. They take 8. Crystron Resonator. We go into Baron. We go into Herald, and wow, this is such an epically based water board. You know what I'm saying? Firewall Guardian into Disciple, negate the Firewall Guardian, and now we just set 3. Cool. Baron targeted back row, it's Conquistador, no big deal. Down comes Scarlet Sanguine, will negate. They'll Called by, will negate. Well, you know, 3 negates. That's what they say. That's what they say. 3 negates, you know? 3 negates. It's 3 negates. Nept Abyss, the Atlantean Prince coming down. And that should be the end of the game. We'll go Dragoon into Lapis Dragon, and we'll concede. Not often you see Sebto on the wrong side of Zodiac, but here he is. Looks like our Zoo player is going first. They're going to begin with a copy of Zodiac Barrage. They've drawn 2. Barrage here targeting itself for a Thoroughblade. Thoroughblade effect. They're going to let it resolve. They're going to go Chakanine effect to special summon back the Thoroughblade. From here, they can go into a Verte Anaconda. They'll activate the effect. And, you know, that's Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. Set 2 pass. Salman Great draws for turn. It's a Bell. That's a good one. Spinny is going to be met with a DPE. But they have the will of the Salamangreat. That's something. They're going to bring back the Spinny, go into a Balinx. That's going to be Solemned. And now we have dueling DPEs. They're going to activate DPE, targeting 2 back rows and passing turn. DPE triggers, Bell triggers, and, you know, this would be a lot more interesting if it was anything else. We're going to go Thoroughblade, pitch the Whiptail here. Or we're going to draw some cards off Celestial or nothing based on this Ash Blossom. We'll go Borbo. Borbo into nothing. It's going to be met with the DPE. What's the set card? Not good enough. Pass back to the opponent. You can't solemn the DPE coming back for some unknown reason. Gazelle off the top. Sebto is just a little bit nice with it. And this should be the end of the game. Celestial draw 2 into DPE. Pop the back row into Spinny effect into Balinx into full combo. Yep, I don't see us coming back from this one. Back comes Jack Jaguar. Proceed to the battle phase and proceed to the next game. All right, for game 2, the Zodiac player is going first once again. Tanky coming down. We're going to normal summon a Thoroughblade, activate the effect in order to send a Ram. There's Chakanine. Chakanine effect in order to special, and it's getting belled. All right, no big deal. Down comes Vespinato, set 2 pass. Wow, that's kind of a fun one. Anti-spell Fragrance, first and foremost. Let's go to the battle phase, fire the Evenly into a Solemn Judgment, and good luck, Sebto. Yeah, that's right. Normal summon Whiptail, overlay for a Chakanine effect in order to special summon back the Thoroughblade. And then afterwards we can overlay for a Tiger Mortar, reattach the Whiptail. Is this lethal? There's no way it's 8. Go to the battle phase, 26, 17, 25. Yeah, it's just a little off. Second main, nothing. We're just going to pass turn, not even going to make a Zeus. And it's fine. You don't need to. Well, it's time for the all-important... Oh, no. See, you could bring this to 3. You could bring it to 3. I mean... normal Foxy, Dimension Shifter, set 2 pass. Well, that is the end of the game. We drew Barrage off the top. That's pretty good. It's not bad. Barrage effect, targeting itself. Thoroughblade into Hammer Kong. Battle phase, attack over. Main phase 2 into Chakanine. Oh my god, we don't get to trigger Gazelle because it wasn't sent to the graveyard. Set a Solemn pass. Little late, buddy. Jack Jaguar getting Solemned challenge. Okay, we do get to Gazelle here. That's something. Gazelle effect, we're going to send a Foxy. That's going to eat a Zeus. And, well, you know, that's that's just the way it is, you know? We put another Zeus on it. Fuck it. Oh, God. Okay, we'll Zeus it again, baby. Zeus it again. Let's just Zeus it again. Come on. Okay, that's the end of the game. Wow, and Sebto loses to Zoo. His old compatriot come to donk him out of tournament. We've seen a lot of very interesting brews today, mostly bad ones that are designed to make an FTK that's super inconsistent, but one that's exceptionally based. And the one I'm talking about, of course, is Jazz Spy's Beatrice Control list. This is so funny. It is just hilarious. And we are about to see if it can stand up to the magnificent pile of synergy known as the pile. Let's get into the games. All right, so it looks like our Beatrice deck is going first, and this is just a standard virtual world hand here. Loses to Infip. Come on now. All right, Infip the Auroradon, and I guess we'll just activate Qinglong. And I guess we'll just lose the game because Bell can interact with ZC. Okay, Well, we tried. Preparation of Rites coming down for the Illusion of Chaos effect in order to go ahead and grab the souls. We're actually going to tuck back the Celestial here, then activate the souls, pitching this cycle. We'll go into a Halqifibrax, and now we will do Auroradon shit, or just Dagda shit, it doesn't matter. We're going to set a Scythe. We'll use Preparation of Rites to get another Illusion of Chaos. We're going to use Jet Synchron here before going into Verte Anaconda, activating the effect, and ending on DPE. Pretty standard board. DPE here is going to pop the Auroradon. We'll go to battle phase, do 25. All right, time for Beatrice. Show me. Make it happen. Oh, we're popping the Qinglong and the Scythe. Well, as long as we're not dead here, we're fine. We're going to normal the ZC, activate Lulu, targeting the ZC, summon it in defense to get a copy of Zhuanwu. We're going to activate Kaloon. We're going to activate Kaloon to get a copy of Chuche. Well, I'm surprised. Oh, we can't actually go for the Zhuanwu in the graveyard. We are going to Dasher out Rox Rose. All right, that's it. That's the end of the game. Main phase 1, we're going to activate Illusion of Chaos for another Magician Souls. We'll activate it, setting the Illusion of Chaos we just shuffled back, and then we'll link off for Halqifibrax. Halqifibrax number 2, by the way. Maybe Konami was onto something, into Shooting Riser, into O-Lion, and then we're going to activate the effect of the Red Rose Dragon that we are about to link off. Actually, we're not doing any of that. We're just going to access code. Forget it. There's so many more options that still exist in this strategy that we're just not going for because we already have lethal. Wow. The pile truly is a magnificent pile. Now it's time for game 2. Psy Reflector, the normal summon. We're going to go ahead and get an Assault Beast. We'll activate Assault Beast for a copy of Assault Mode Activate. We'll activate Psy Reflector, pitching the Assault Mode Activate to bring back the Assault Beast, and increasing the level by 1 to go for Halqifibrax. We're going to summon from deck a copy of 001. We're going to go for a Auroradon. We'll summon 3 tokens, and then somewhere in here we're going to find, I imagine, a Beatrice. We'll go for Cupid Pitch here. That's going to allow us to add a VW from our deck to our hand when we link it off. For a Juju, we're going to grab Lulu here. We're going to activate Kaloon. Kaloon for the Chuche. We'll summon the Lulu. We'll grab the Lili. We will go ahead and grab the Lao Lao as well off of the Qinglong and Graveyard. And there's Beatrice number 1, sending an Arc Brave. Lao Lao targeting the Chuche, summoning back the Juju. Beatrice number 2 will activate that effect, sending a Goliath. Stardust Charge Warrior, draw a card. Delinquent Duo! We drew Delinquent Duo off the top! That was pretty bad, actually. We hit Red Rose Dragon and Water Enchantress. Okay, I guess we'll just bring back Lao Lao, overlay for Beatrice number 3, and send a Snow before passing. This is such a sick deck. Draw phase will go Beatrice to send a Necro World. We'll activate Arc Brave to bring back Goliath, and that's no extra deck monsters, all zombies. Good luck. Fateful Adventure, popped with Chuche. Even the Foolish Burial can't get you out of this one. Now it's time for the all-important game 3, and... Okay, Droll and Lock. I mean, that's something. Okay, so we're going to go Magician Souls here. We'll summon it. Afterwards, we can go for the Rite of Aramis here. We can get the token and the Fateful Adventure. We'll go Dagda, triggering Fateful Adventure, triggering Dagda. Fateful Adventure can trigger here because we can equip the Draco back here. We're going to go Link Spider into Verte effect in order to get DPE, all this, and we can still do the lock. Schnorr. All right, called by or nothing, baby. Here we go. That is not called by. Oh, no. All right, Kaloon coming down. We're going to go ahead and get a Qinglong. We're going to activate the effect of the Lili targeting the Qinglong, and they're going to pop the Qinglong. Okay, there's the Scythe. Scythe coming back. Trigger the effect of the Scythe. We're going to go for the effect of the Qinglong. We're going to go ahead and get a Nian Nian, which we can then normal. We'll activate the effect of Lulu, and we'll just get ashed. We'll just get ashed. Illusion of Chaos will probably get us out of this. We're going to go ahead and summon the Magician's Souls. We're going to send these 2 spells. What do we find? Let's see. Yeah, those are decent. Let's go ahead and activate Rite of Aramis here. Go ahead and get a token to our side of the field. Activate DPE, targeting the back row and the Nian Nian, and this is not lethal, but close. Down to 11 here. Pass back turn, draw for turn. That's pretty good. E-Telly out a Lulu. Then activate Nian Nian. From here, we can activate Lulu targeting Nian Nian. That's going to eat the DPE. No big deal, no big deal. We haven't normaled, so we can still activate Nian Nian in order to shuffle back that. We're going to normal the Psy Reflector. Psy Reflector, get the Assault Beast. Assault Beast effect in hand. We're going to grab the Assault Mode Activate. We're going to summon the Assault Beast. We'll increase level by 1 and go Juju. We're going to go into, what the hell is this? Shen Shen Pass. Oh, clearly we could have done better than that. Well, I guess that is the end of the game. All right, next up are 2 exceptionally explosive decks. I'm talking Dragon Link, and I'm talking Branded. Two decks that are also legal right now. So the branded list is pretty much just one-to-one packs list, piloted by Burrito Man 93. But the Dragon Link deck is also playing a ton of Dragon Rulers, and we saw how explosive those can be. So let's hope they can propel them to victory. We're going to begin with a copy of, Chicken Game, and it looks like the Dragon Link player has won the die roll. No interaction from the branded player. That's pretty standard at this point, shockingly. Ravine just so strong with the rulers. They're going to be able to pitch the Tempest and later trigger it as well. We're going to be able to send a Destrudo. That's going to trigger the Knock Division in hand. We'll go into Halka-Fibrax. Halka-Fibrax effect in order to summon Red Rose. From here, we can make Baron super early and then go Red Rose into Rox Rose to add a copy of Basil Rose. Shoot to hand. We'll go Striker Dragon effect in order to add from deck to hand a Boot Sector Launch, Basil Rose Shoot, in order to summon Rox Rose into Guard Dragon Pisty, summon back the Rocket Tracer into Romulus effect in order to grab Ravine effect in order to send another powerful dragon to the graveyard in Absorouter Striker, cycling this Rocket Tracer and bringing back the Remus. From here we can make Boral End, a part of the end boards that we have only seen in this build of the deck. Tempest coming back here. We're going to go for a Chaos Ruler enabled by the stat line of the Tempest. We're going to get 5 off the top, and we find a Nibiru. Pretty good. Finally, we're going to end on Tracer for Recharger. We'll go into a Borreload Savage in order to equip from our graveyard the Halka-Fibrax, ending on a Chaos Space, drawing a Fateful Adventure off the top. For turn, they're going to start with a branded opening, go for a Luber the Boober of Duber. They're going to negate the effect of that bad boy with the Borrelend Dragon. Afterwards, they're going to activate, I imagine, an Allure of Darkness. That's going to be negated by Borreload Savage. And what did they say about 3 negates? Albus Nullius Folius on the Baron. Last card in hand, Branded Fusion. God, that's good. Albion effect. They're going to shuffle back the Nullius Folius for the Mirror Jade. They're going to activate Mirror Jade on the Borrelend before crashing with the Baron, triggering the Mirror Jade, going to end phase and wiping the board. My God. Setting Branded in red here in passing turn. Drawing for turn a Chaos Space. We'll go Chaos Space, pitching the Nibiru. We're going to go ahead and grab a Chaos Dragon Levineer. We're going to summon that, activate the effect that forces out the Branded in red. But because it doesn't target, we can pop everything at resolution. They have a Masquerade, which is frustrating but not the end of the world, and now you are going to see these Dragon Rulers come in handy. Down comes Fateful Adventure. Let's eat the Masquerade, and then we'll activate Quick Launch in battle phase to get Tracer. In main phase 2, we can activate Fateful Adventure in order to grab this copy of Water Enchantress. That's going to tag into an Aramesir. The Aramesir is going to get a token, and then we can make an IP Masquerena and another Borrelend. Masquerade coming back at end phase, but is it enough? I am not sure. Borrelend negating the effects. Draw for turn. What is that? A Branded Blade. A little too late. The Borrelend Dragon negating the effect again in order to tag into a Rocket Recharger. Draw for turn. This looks like it's going to be at Borrelend, summoning back the Rocket Tracer into a Striker Dragon, into a Guard Dragon Pisty, in order to summon back the Chaos Ruler Striker Dragon to cycle into a Recharger. Recharger to cycle into a Borreload Savage Dragon, into Tempest once again. Fateful Adventure triggering for a copy of Water Enchantress. That'll get us an Aramesir. We can get a token as well. I would be shocked if this wasn't lethal. Attack in 3K. Branded Blade comes down. We don't have a negate. It's what? 3 tokens? Is that enough? It is, because of how crazy Borrelend is. Wow. What an incredible game. Okay, time for game 2. We've opened Lancia. That's kind of cool. But the thing about Branded is sometimes they do not give a shit about Lancia. Aluber the Boober of Duber coming down. We're going to grab... Oh, my God. Paradise Branded. We'll go for the Fusion, be met with a Lancia, but I don't think that's it. You just pivot to Lubellion here instead of Albion, and you still get to do everything. The Dramaturge add to this deck is so gnarly as well. Kit here adding Branded in red, set 1 card and pass. All right, draw for turn. Let's see what we can accomplish here, Dragon Link. First up is Chicken Game. Lots going to depend on this. This hand is kind of crusty. That's the literal worst draw in the deck. You've got to be kidding me. All right, Aramesir chaining the Wandering Griffin Rider. So at resolution, when this Chimera triggers, we can negate it. But for the Paradise Lost and the Dramaturge and the Kit and the Ad Libitum and the Mirror Jade, wow. That was a 6-deep chain off of this one. All right, well, guess we are going to game 3 here. And we're going to try it. We'll go for the Rocket Tracer. We'll make Striker Dragon. Striker Dragon effect. We'll be met with Dramaturge. And let's go to game 3. Whoa, this is a weird one. So Ash Droll for the Branded player and Gamma for the Dragon Link player. Huh. Quick launch, quick launch. Nothing going here into Recharger Synchron. Summon Absolrouter into Hulk. Hulk effect. Absolrouter Chainlink 2 to Chain Block. Definitely going to get drolled here. That's unfortunate, but hardly the end of the turn. We can go Tempest into Barone, trigger Red Rose to summon a Rocks Rose from deck. From here, we can make an Apollosa for 3 and pass. That might be enough. They're going to begin with an Allure of Darkness. Oh, Allure the only one. Baron de Fleur is going to eat this Fright for Patchwork. They're going to set the Super Poly and the Branded in Red and pass. The Branded in Red isn't fantastic here, but the Super Poly might be, depending on what this line looks like. We'll go to main phase 1 after tagging out the Barone. We'll go Tempest into Barone again. Barone targeting the set card. Wow, they hit the Super Poly before there was a suitable target. That was so lucky. Oh my god. Sonboral Dragon here targeting itself. We're going to bring back the Rocket Recharger and the Tracer. That's going to trigger the Dillingerous Dragon. We're going to summon the Black Dragon Clap Serpent, go to Chaos Ruler, the Chaotic Demonic Dragon, and I believe that is lethal on board. We are playing non-fusion area out of the board. Did you see that? Oh, a little cheeky. And also extremely based. All right, that's enough meta. Let's get back to the garbage. Next up is Infernoble Knight versus Ruin Force FTK. So I guess we'll see. Do we have any Ruin Force sweep believers in the chat? All right, so Ruin Force is going second here, but this is a dog water hand. Unfortunately, Ruin Force is not playing any hand traps because they'd screw up the reasoning, so it's going to be enough. Why would you even waste an Aqua Dolphin here? There's clearly nothing. All right, we're going to go ahead and get the Gear Freed. We will make Isold to get a tuner, so we can then link off for a Halka Fibrax. Halka Fibrax for a 0/0/1. We're going to go into Auroradon effect, 3 tokens, the 0/0/1 from Graveyard. God, I'm just reminded every day that this is it's so great that this doesn't exist anymore. We're going to go into Power Tool Dragon here. Wow. And then summoning Mecha Phantom Beast from deck. We're going Coltwing into 2 tokens into the 0/0/1 again. That's interesting. Okay, they're going to make Herald of the Arclight into Phoenix Blades so they can Living Fossil back the 0/0/1. That's going to turn into another Power Tool. What is going on? Okay, DDR1, bring back 0/0/1. We'll make Omega. Omega effect. Phoenix Blade into DDR number 2, bring back Omega. Omega effect. We are literally just hand looping. We are literally just hand looping here. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. Unfortunately, this is enough to win the game. Oh my god. Wait. Wait. Oh. Right. Well, whoops. That's the end of the game. Well, that's Herald, you know. That is Herald. Not a lot you can do about that. Let's run it back, I guess. All right, this is a killer opener. The reasoning happening here. Picking 1, I mean, now that they know that Mary's the only card in the deck. All right, this is going to mill to the Mary, but not necessarily the entire deck, because the Mary hasn't activated yet. We will get to mill the entire deck, however. Oh, the Overdrive in hand is a little weird, too. You really want that in Graveyard to FTK. Okay, that's a lot. Wait. Whoa. Hold the fuck up. Was the Mary literally the second to last card anyway? Really? Just randomly? Did I miss something? They're stacking. They figured out a way to stack online. I swear. Gustav Max 1. Okay, so we're going to have to do one additional Gustav Max because of the Imperm here. There's Gustav Max 2 into Masquerena into Gustav Max 3. I imagine we're gonna Imperm one of these. Unicorn here targeting itself so we can pitch the Overdrive. If we Ash the Ruin Force, do we win? Uh-oh. Well, Ravenous Tarantula is a good card, but this is not lethal. We're going down to 15 here to make Hulk. There's no way one Hulk line just wins, right? Like, there's no way that the single Hauk line is that impactful to win, right? Okay, you know what? Actually, praise the Lord that Auroradon got hit. I will say that. Praise God that Auroradon is no longer a part of our lives. I truly appreciate it. I really, 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 really hate this fucking shit. I hate it. I cannot stand it. I mean, we're going to have to do a lot of work here. The Ruin Forces just showing up again is pretty annoying. Okay, they're going to tag out for the power tool. I guess we go to combat. We'll tack in. Yeah, normal connector. Go into Charles. Activate Phoenix Blade. Equip to Gearfried. Charles. Send the Ruin Force. This is 6,000. Durandal. Do we not have material engraved for the Ruin Forces? Is that what's going on? I imagine. We'll go ahead and equip a million monsters, draw for turn, and there's one. You know, we got one of them. We'll equip Roland. That'll pop the Ruin Force, and Raicape will surrender. All right. Next up is Fluonderies versus Drytron, and having played a little of this, I can assure you it's very die-rolly. Let's see who won the die roll. It was Fluonderies. Actually, it's not die-rolly at all, because sometimes you draw like this. Why are we playing 2 Dreaming Town? Don't do that. Come on now. You know, do y'all want to watch this one out? I feel like we don't really have to. Getting a lot of no's. Go next. I see you people are Danny viewers. We've got some Danny viewers in the chat here today. Oh, my goodness. Could you at least make it quick? This is lethal on board, right? Nope, it's 1,000 off. Now it is lethal on board. Can we just go to the battle? Thank you. Okay, we didn't brick this time at least. No hand traps in the hand of Drytron. Why would you play hand traps in Drytron? You simply will win the die roll. Pot of Prosperity coming down. Macro in main. That's so funny. We're going to go Gold Sark for Eglin. Normal Rabina. Rabina 1, Eglin 2. And that should be it. We'll grab DD Crow. Normal Eglin. Activate its effect in order to grab M-Pen. We'll go M-Pen 1. Rabina 2. Grab, I don't know, the... Why would we not grab the map here? Okay, whatever. There's the macro. And there goes the battle. J of the 5th, thank you for the prime. Robina, Eglin, are we going to get to see the ultimate offering setup? We haven't gotten to yet. Will we get to see the ultimate offering setup? Place your bets now, chat. Oh, one more. One more. One more. One more. One more. One more. Okay. Just completely unnecessary. Actually, it is pretty necessary. I'm glad that they played this out. Time for that all-important Game 3 and... Oh? Is this a potential Drytron brick? No, it's not. Preparation of Rights plus Nova is enough. We do have an Imperm. God, Imperm's so bad in this matchup. We're going to grab the Ben 10. We're going to pitch the Ben 10. We're going to trigger the Ben 10 for the Diviner. We're going to overlay for the Mu Beta Fafnir. That fetches the Imperm, which is epically based and red-pilled. Diviner here, Herald here for Ultimanus, Medionis Drytron for the Ben 10. Prep Rights in order to get Itaden and the Medionis Drytron back. Beatrice in order to send, what, Delta? Yeah, we haven't Delta'd yet. Delta to draw a card, activate Medionis, go for the Herald of Ultimanus, Drytron, Medionis to go into Masquerena, set 1 pass. Draw phase, activate a Pointer of the Red Lotus. Oh! Still almost had it, but a Pointer will seal it. Oh, man. Well, Dust Shoot too good. I have to play Super Dust Shoot. All right, folks. Time to determine the last of your duelists in the top 8 of this tournament. We've got Feraldo on Sword Soul versus Cosmo Jenkins on Zephyra. Let's jump into the games. Looks like Cosmo Jenkins has won the die roll, so we're going to begin with a copy of Servant of Endymion. We're going to set Oracle of Zephyra, and we'll get ourselves a copy of Zephyrath. We'll activate Zephyrath, then we will put a couple of counters on Servant of Endymion, go for the Pot of Prosperity. No interruption from Feraldo, so whatever they can do here is going to be enough. Servant of Endymion, in order to summon a Jackal King from deck, get a couple of counters distributed, activate Zephyr Providence. We're going to get a low scale. We'll set the Zephyraxi, Zephyr Nui. We'll pend just the Zephyr Nui, use Zephyr Nui's effect to get a Divine Strike. Normal Deep Sea Diva effect for Deep Sea Diva, and then we'll make a Halka Fibrax, use its effect in order to get a Jet Synchron, go into a Danglong, trigger the Danglong effect in order to get 9 pillars, and we'll make a Rorodon for 3. We don't get like a 0/0/1 here, but we don't really need to. We'll go into a Borreload Savage Dragon with one of the tokens, which triggers the Danglong as well for another Zephyr Nui. After that, we can use the Aurorodon to remove a card from the field, bring back the Jet Synchron, and make a Herald of the Arclight with 2 set. That's really cool. Wow, that's nice. All right, so the Sword Soul hand is crazy. They're going to begin with Ecclesia into Moye. Trigger Moye, that's going to be negated by Jackal King, okay? Next up is the Ashana. They'll go for Ashana and then activate Vessel of the Dragon Cycle, which will be met with Herald of the Arclight. Okay, no big deal. Double Monk, they'll activate Ashana in order to get Vishuddha. They're going to activate Hara here in order to cycle back the Ashana, then Longwan, which will be Divine Struck. Finally, they are going to go for the Emergence, which will eat a Borreload Savage Dragon. Still 1 negate in the pocket. Wow, and they get to keep it even. The Zephyrath is going to trigger here, and I think Zephyr gets to take this one. The Zephyraxiton. Going to the battle phase, we get to eat all of the monsters on the field and retain a significant amount of negates for next turn. Draws for turn. Wow, that's like the best top deck. Ecclesia here will be negated by the Jackal King, and Feraldo will surrender. Okay, training wheels off. Let's just Sword Soul him out. Unfortunately, no hand traps in the hand of our Zephyra player, and let's just see the meta do what it does best. Longwan and Moye, we're going to go for a Baron de Fleurs summon number 5, deal 12. Ashana here in order to summon Hara from deck. From here, we can make it Danglong with the Moye on field. That's cute. We'll get 9 pillars, activate Emergence. That'll get us another Moye for next turn. We will go ahead and bring back the Ashana, set the 9 pillars, and pass. The Zephyr Pilot will go Servant of Endymion, which will be 9 pillars. The Danglong is going to get called by, which is something, at least. Afterwards, we can go for Pot of Prosperity for 6. I imagine that gets the Baron. It doesn't. Wow. This is a hard one. Probably the pick is Gamma there, but it's so much worse if your opponent knows it's coming. Baron on the Servant of Endymion will go Oracle of Zephyra to get a low scale. Zephyrath to set a high scale. Well, we can Pendulum Summon the Nui, which is something, but the crackback for this Sword Soul player is just going to be so immense. Destrudo targeting the Zephyr Nui, that's what, a 7. We'll go Hauk. At minimum, we can set up a kind of silly Aurorodon line. Aurorodon here getting 3 tokens. We don't have the 0/0/1 in rotation. We can special a Mecha Phantom Beast. We'll grab O-Lion. That's an 8. We'll make the Danglong here, but it's negated by called by. No. Okay, well, Borreload Savage is fine. We do get to equip the Aurorodon. We'll go to the battle phase and walk over the Baron, but Zephyr Providence for Divine Strike is probably not enough. This is 2 negates into 3 must negates. We start with Ashana. We go normal Sword Soul of Moye. We go Chi-Shao, Sword Soul. And we didn't even have to activate Moye there, so not a lot we could do. Vishuddha trades for the Boral, and then Longwan trades for the Divine Strike. Then we have the Chi-Shao negate, and wow, I mean, they're at 34. We'll go to main phase 2, set 1, go for Hara to bring back the Vishuddha to hand. Got to do something here. Sword Soul Blackout eating 1 scale in the Savage Dragon, and negated by the Savage Dragon, negated by the Chi-Shao. Wow, that's rough. Okay, Zephyrath here gets to cycle a Nui. We can go for Nui again. Nui here getting a Zephyr Providence, but with no positive pressure, there's just not a lot we can do here. We're going to have to Jet Synchron in order to make a Baron de Fleur. We get to use the effect of Oracle of Zephyr here to stack to the top of the deck. And we do get to eat the board, but they just, even the Vishuddha is so much for this deck, and wow, that's such a crazy top deck. They'll go Monk of the Tenyi into Vishuddha, targeting the Baron, trades for the Baron, and Dragon Cycle. Okay, down comes Taya. Taya effect, banish Sword Soul Blackout. Blackout effect in order to get another token. We'll go into a Baxia. Baxia to bounce the Scale and the Baron. And then afterwards we can mill the Ashana, trigger the Ashana in order to go into Vishuddha and go to the battle phase. 15 plus 23. That was so close. Alright, time for that all-important Game 3, and this is a dog water hand. I mean, okay, let me rephrase that. This hand's insanely good, but has no hand traps. Let's see if we can capitalize on it. So we begin with Servant of Endymion. We fire off Spell Power Control. Unfortunately, Servant is the target for the Spell Power Control, so we're going to have to find something crazy off this Pot of Prosperity. Dragon Shrine. Oracle's pretty good. Oracle is nice. Providence is also Oracle, and it protects your guys, so we'll do that. Providence into Oracle. We'll go for Providence here for Zephyrath. We'll activate Zephyrath. We're just kind of missing 2 scales here, right? Because we have to go Zephyr Nui, Jackal King like this. We don't get to activate the Servant. We set 2 negates pass, but there's 3 must negates in this hand. Oh, shit. There's also a Forbidden Droplet. No! Oh, we had to do it. Yeah, because it trades for our back row. Okay, Ecclesia comes down, and here's Moye. Moye effect. That's going to be met with the Jackal King, and that's going to be met with the Droplet, and that's going to be met with the Concession, ideally. Next, we're going to go for a Baxia. Baxia effect targeting the back row. Moye 2. Back into the deck, we're going to activate Emergence for Longwan. Longwan pitch the Ashana. And then afterwards, we can summon a token and make any manner of nonsense we want. Let's go ahead and go for Evil Longwan here, triggering the effect of the Longwan to go to 68. We'll normally Ashana, so we can make Chaofeng. Evil Longwan into Ecclesia again, and we get to summon a Vishuddha from deck this line as well. 29 direct, we go Monk. We Vishuddha, targeting the Servant to get the counters off it. Then Ashana for an Adhara, which allows us to trigger Adhara to put the Vishuddha back in hand. Oh, man, that's rough. Okay, maybe. They're going to activate... Whoa. That was Evil Longwan. Why didn't we Gamma there? Oh, are we just dead? Because we are light locked. I see. Well, we tried. All right, chat. We are down to your top 8. They are Tri-Brigade, Water, Zoo, Pile, Dragonlink, Infernoble, Drytron, and Sword Soul. A little frightened here. A little frightened. Most of the meta got out during this last round, but we still have Pile, Sword Soul, you know, depending on what you classify as meta, Tri-Brigade and Dragonlink. The only really scary deck that has been enabled in terms of a deck that hasn't been popular in the last 2 years is Water. So at the end of the day, really, all we're making stronger are decks that are already strong. But we'll see. Well, folks, we are down to your top 8 duelists. And while 7 of them are decks that have been popular in the last 2 years, one of them is not. That's Betmacham's Water list. It has been hand looping people all day, and today we will see if it can continue to hand loop people for another round. All right, it looks like Water has lost the die roll, which is great news if you are Wildcard Junior. Also great news, we've drawn 2 Revolt. So we're going to go Fractal here, send this kit into Nerval, into Karos, into normal Karos, into 2, into Flaget, into Kit, into Rugal, into Farajit, put back one of the Revolts, go into Shureg, Fusion Destiny, DPE, set the Revolt. I mean, that's about as good as it gets. Pass back to the opponent. They're going to begin with Midbreaker Field. That's funny. They'll go Deep Sea Minstrel to get the tanky. Well, hand looping not very good on the crackback. Unfortunately, the DPE has to trade for the Midbreaker, but no big deal because the Revolt can trade for the end of the game. They're going to summon 4 here. They actually have to hit this one if they want to win. They're going to trigger Nerval and Kit here. Let's see. Yep, they got it. All right, Almirage into a surrender. Well, time for game 2, and they have a blind second staple in the Lightning Storm. Ooh, and this Ash would have been really good on this Diva, but the Called by the Grave insulates it. We'll get a Neptibus, the Atlantean Prince. We're going to send Dragoons. In order to get a Dragoons to hand, we'll trigger the Dragoons. In order to get a Deep Sea Minstrel, we'll go for the Minstrel, and we reveal both halves of the... both halves of the Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. Very funny, very funny. Well, we're down to 1 card in hand. We'll go for a Rorodon here. We're going to summon 3 token source out of the field. Bring that 0/0/1 back. We're going to go into the Cupid Pitch. That has been the staple of this deck. We're going to increase the level to go into an Omega, and the Cupid Pitch is going to trigger in order to get us a Creation Resonator. The Omega will rip that last card, and the Auroradon will summon from deck a Coltwing. Coltwing effect here. We're going to summon 2 tokens of the 0/0/1 back. And then afterwards, you know, who cares? We can do whatever we want. Coral Dragon into Borreload Savage. Borreload Savage to equip the Halqifibrax will make Arceus to draw a card, Coral Dragon to draw a card. It's Duo. Duo's so good. Oh my god, wow. We are going to Crocodile our Auroradon away and pass turn. They will pass turn, we'll pop the last card, and we'll concede. All right, time for that all-important Game 3. We have Tidal in the opener. Tidal spotted, ladies and gentlemen, but no hand traps, and I mean, this is every Tri-Brigade hand, right? It does everything. We'll go Tri-Brigade Kit in order to send Nerval. Nerval in order to send Fractal to... well, I'm just saying names. There's no Fractal in this line. We'll go Karos. We'll go Rugal. We'll go Farajit. We're going to shuffle the Fusion Destiny because we drew the other one. We'll go for a 3 here to go into Shureg. We'll 1 for 1. Why? To what end? We'll trigger Nerval for 2. For Bear Broom? For... You know, forget the trap card. We're just making Generals plus DP. Who cares? All right, we're going to start with Tidal, sending a Gub. We're going to go Dragoons here. We'll summon Lapis Dragon. We'll normal summon Neptibus. That is going to have to leave the field. So DP it is, and we'll put the Lapis Dragon back too. We'll Small World here in order to reveal a Neptibus and get a Gamciel, which is funny but doesn't do anything. Glow Bulb Abystius. Okay, we can make Halqifibrax. We have no negates on field. How far can we go with one single Halq? Well, I think that this deck is probably very, very good at hand looping and very, very bad at everything else. With the 0/0/1 already removed, all we can do is remove the Shureg, which adds a Fractal to hand, and so they're going to concede. Well, folks, it's time for one of the most powerful decks in Modern Memory, the Pile, to face off against one of the historically most powerful decks with all of their good cards removed. I'm talking about Zoo. So let's see how they can do. All right, so it looks like the Zoo player has won the die roll and opened roll. Wait, this is the worst pile hand I've ever seen in my entire life. It got worse, actually. Illusion of Chaos here. We have to shuffle back something else. Droll, Souls to summon itself. We're going to normal Chiwen. We'll go into Verte Anaconda, get Solemned, and just die. We're just completely dead. Ash Blossom here. We're going to go to the battle phase with Vespinato. God, Vespinato is so strong. We'll make Zeus and pass turn. Draw for turn off the top. That's a great one. That's a really good one. Illusion of Chaos for the Souls again. We'll go for the Souls one more time. We're going to activate the Souls and be met with Ash Blossom. That is devastating. There's Rite of Eremacir. There's Solemn Judgment. And there is a very sorry Pile player. Wow, that's rough. Okay, well, I mean, we aren't finding Zeus anyway. Wait, they didn't even kill the Souls. They were like, why would I do that? Normal this into Herald, into FD, into Ash Blossom, into Herald. Okay, I mean, you know, there's DP. This is kind of crusty, right? Because, like, you can't really do what you want to do with the DP here. It doesn't trade well with the Zeus. Unless they proactively Zeus and have the in-perm. Okay, then it does trade pretty well. All right, let's go to the battle phase, attack in for 3,000 and pass turn. Whoa, no, not before making another Zeus, though, of course. Well, that was the worst possible draw in the deck. Anything else, and they could have normaled the Magician's Souls and then drawn 2 cards off Celestial. That's unbelievable. I have never seen a Pile player draw that poorly. That's just truly unmatched. Wow, that was Zeus Turbo won that one, huh? All right, time for game 2. Pile player has drawn crazy. We've got Fateful Adventure in order to get the Griffin Rider effect. We'll go for the Fateful Adventure in order to grab the Draco back. Normal summon a Ghost Reaper. We'll go for the Crystron Halqifibrax. We'll go for the Barone into Roxrose, into Roxrose, into Red Rose, into Dagda, into Small World. Using the Red Rose as a bridge for Souls. We'll go for Souls to draw some cards. And then we'll trigger the Dagda in order to get a Scythe. Last thing we need to do, of course, is make Verte, and why would we not draw one of the pieces in 60? Why would we not, truly? All right, Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer to pop the Verte. We'll trigger the effect in the graveyard back to our opponent. This is looking pretty devastating. Well, we drew one piece of DPE, but they drew them both, and the Fusion Destiny. So about 60% of their hand is just DPE. We're going to begin with the Thoroughblade. We're going to draw a card. We're going to go to Chakanine. That'll bait out the DPE. That'll trigger the Scythe, and I imagine that's the end of the game because all the hand does is make Fusion Destiny. Okay, we'll go for the Rite of Aramesir here, and that is lethal on board. Truly shocking. Well, it's time for that all-important game 3, and... Oh, come on. Okay. So we've got the Rat Pier, we've got the Chakanine. We can do the whole combo. We've got no hand trap in the player's hand. We'll go for Verte Anaconda. We're just going to make a DP. We have an anti-spell and an imperm, but our opponent has the out to the... Oh, they hit it! Blind 50-50! Mindcon the DP is going to force out the DP. We're going to pop the Mindcon. We're going to go for the DP Engrave. Magician's Souls here. Afterwards, we're going to go for the Red Rose into Herald. Red Rose effect. We're going to summon Rox Rose. Rox Rose effect in order to get Basil Rose. Basil Rose, bring back the Red Rose. Go into Verte Anaconda. Imperm the Herald. Crossy the Imperm. Wow. Into Verte effect, sending FD. Ooh, that's killer. Nibiru eats the Herald, and we have got a game on our hands, folks. Add the illusion back, illusion effect, get the souls, put the illusion back, walk over for 2k and 5, and pass turn. DPE does resolve on both players' fields, so this is going to be a little bit of DPE wars. Oh, cool, we drew FD. That's the best draw on our deck. We're going to DPE into DPE, and of course... we'll trigger them both once again. I imagine we'll set 2. No, we're going to just go tanky. We're going to normal summon the Thoroughblade. Then we'll Celestial. And we'll draw a card we could have potentially pitched to the Thoroughblade. We're going to Chakanine for the Thoroughblade into the Tiger Mortar. Tiger Mortar reattach the Ram from the graveyard. And we'll make a Hammer Kong, go to the battle phase, walk in over everything. And in main phase 2, you know we got to be making that big-ass Zeus, baby. That's 2 activations. Set 1 pass. Illusion of Chaos. Oh, let's go. All right, we steam the cloak, we DPE, we infip the DPE, and that is devastatingly bad. That is truly evil. Down comes the Souls DPE in order to pop the Souls in itself, trigger the effect of the DPE in the graveyard, go into Halka Fibrax, steam the cloak, and Halka Fibrax trigger here. I think if we just go Zeus, we win, right? Yeah, we're trying it. Zeus the entire board. Illusion of Chaos, last card, does not matter. Passes turn, and wow, I mean, what a miserable best of 3. Congrats to Zoo. All right, next up we've got Dragon Link versus Infernoble Knight. 2 exceptionally powerful explosive decks, and one of them got a whole bunch of new tools. So let's go to M1. Neo Space Connector here. We're going to summon an Aqua Dolphin from deck. We're going to activate Aqua Dolphin, and I believe we do not have one. Those have high attack stats, those monsters. We'll go Isold into a Gearfried. We'll trigger the effect of the Isold for 2. This is crusty. You don't really want to do the Howkline in this scenario because you got to summon the 0/0/1 from your hand, but you do what you have to. We'll go Rorodon 3 tokens, and how far can we get with this? 0/0/1 from the graveyard. We're going to Synchro off for a Power Tool Dragon. So excited for the retrain of this card. We're going to grab a DDR, and then we will go ahead and get a Colt Wing. Colt Wing to get 2 more tokens and the 0/0/1. Theoretically, we could go into another Power Tool Dragon if we want, and one thing that we saw in previous matches was cycling through multiple DDRs over the course of the turn. This time we got the Living Fossil. We'll go for the Phoenix Blade into Rota. We're going to Rota for a Raynaud. DDR into the Genba. We can use the Genba and the Raynaud, adding back the Durandal here to go into a Borreload Savage Dragon, equipping the Rorodon from the graveyard. We'll make Roland here. Roland effect will activate Living Fossil in order to summon back Connector and make Charles. We'll activate Durandal, targeting Charles, then Durandal effect in order to grab Ogier. We're going to activate 1 for 1, pitching Ogier for an Effect Veiler, which we can use with the level 7 Power Tool to make Omega. We'll equip Ogier to Charles, take 1 card out of our opponent's hand, and wish them good luck. Okay, like this could be worse. We get another card out of the hand as well, but all of these are starters. Let's draw for turn. That's crazy. What an unbelievable draw. So the Chaos Space trades for the Borreload Savage Dragon. We are now out of negates. We'll go for the Chaos Space. Normal summon Seifert. Oh, wait. Charles gets to eat the Seifert. Okay, Chicken Game has to draw something crazy here, and that is not it. Time for game 2. We are going to, begin with some really powerful plays here. Seifert into a Destrudo, into an Absorouter, into a Drollenlock, into, I imagine, a pass. No, we're going to go Destrudo. We can go Ancient Fairy Dragon, use Ancient Fairy Dragon in order to summon the Rox Rose. We'll go into Baron and pass. I mean, that's something. Baron Nibiru, that's pretty good. Heritage of the Chalice into Durandal, targeting the Baron, and then we'll Durandal in order to get Raynaud, Gearfried, Baron, and now we can just do whatever we want. Neo Space Connector, let's grab the Aqua Dolphin. You know what's a lot less good when your opponent knows you have it? Nibiru. Isold here. We're going to go ahead and get another copy of Gearfried. We're just trying to not die here. We're going to go Halka Fibrax, 3 tokens, and the 0/0/1.
That was wrong.
I imagine we're just popping the field after the Aurorodon comes down. It's a weird position to be in because since the um, the one monster has resolved, we can Phoenix Blade banish monsters and then bring them back with DDR. Yeah, the Ice Hold, sorry. Oh, but that doesn't do anything. That's fine. Okay, so Tempest is a crazy draw, but not as crazy as we would like. We get to eat the entire field, but we don't really have anything to contest the Gearfried we know is happening here, right? So here comes the Gearfried, here comes the Raynaud effect targeting the DDR. We'll go to the battle phase, we'll equip the Tempest. Oh no, we're going to actually take the Nibiru here. We'll go to main phase 2, get back the Phoenix Blade so our Gearfried remains on, but one negate into one card seems pretty good. Blaster. We'll trigger Blaster. We'll trigger Tempest. They'll negate. Okay, we have no way to out the Gearfried. The Gearfried is just going to take the Blaster, right? Oh, these cards are so cool, but they're just very slightly not enough, I feel. Oh, no. All right, I sold for 1. Apparently, you don't have to link summon this card to get her effect. We're going to cycle back the Living Fossil. Living Fossil, bring back Genba, make access code Talker, and peace out of this one. Woof. Yeah, two upsets in a row is a little upsetting, but this last one, Drytron versus Sword Soul, I think I'm going to be happy no matter who wins. Let's just jump into the games and see what transpires. All right, first up, we have got Tatsim winning the die roll, and this is kind of a stinky hand, but oh my god, we went for Delta here. In fact, it's such a stinky hand, we have to draw something crazy. You're kidding me. Delta drew Diviner? Unbelievable. That is honest. This hand didn't do anything if that draw was a whiff. Oh, you're kidding me. How am I getting angry? Wait, the hand still doesn't do anything. All right, long one here. Long Wand effect, we'll get a token. We're going to go into Barone. We're going to activate Long Wand, take 12. We're going to activate Barone, target the back row. It's Dropalit. Okay, no big deal. We're going to normal Ecclesia. Ecclesia for Taya. Oh, for Moye. We'll trigger Moye, revealing the Long One. We're going to summon a token. From here, we can go into Chi-Shao. We'll trigger Chi-Shao and Moye. We're going to grab an Ash Blossom and a Blackout. Set the Blackout, go to the battle phase, activate the Link Haribo, get in for 28, and this one is looking all but finished. Draw for turn, and that's like the best draw on the deck. Yeah, we'll go Delta. Drawing another Diviner. They ashed the Benten to beat Diviner, and he drew Diviner. Twice in 2 turns, drew Diviner off Delta. How do you get this good? It's truly too unbeatable. We're just going Assembled Nightingale here to bait out the Chi-Shao. No big deal. We're going to normal summon the Diviner of the Herald. Activate Entis here. That's going to bait out the Baron de Fleur. We probably wanted to negate the Diviner, but no big deal. All it does is allow them to go into Phoenix, which is frustrating, but hardly the end of the world. We're going to go Alpha for Natasha, Gamma to bring back 2 monsters, and now we can just make Fafnir. We're going to make Mu Beta Fafnir, send Zeta. Zeta effect, pitch the Natasha. Go for Medionis Drytron. There's no shot. They're actually going to walk with this. Unbelievable. Medionis Drytron will Natasha to gain some life points, and then afterwards we'll Medionis in order to bring out the DRA. We'll go into Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. We can activate Natasha to take the Barone, and yeah, that is going to be it. Unreal. Wow. All right, time for game 2. We did draw Droll and Lockbird, but we also drew nothing else. Sword Soul of Moye, revealing the Long Wand. We'll go into Chi-Shao. Chi-Shao effect, Sword Soul effect. We just need any guy. Oh, Ecclesia is so very good. We'll go Long Wand, pitching the Blackout to get a token. We'll go into Baron. Trigger Long Wand, take 12. 9 pillars set. I mean, we've got Droll and Lockbird. We're fine. Twin Twisty to pop the 9 pillars. No big deal. Cyber Emergency here for a Zeta. We'll Droll and Lockbird. Alpha pitching Zeta. To what end? Why would you do this? Zeta for what? What is the plan here? We're going to summon Gamma. We're going to summon Mu Beta. Mu Beta will have to negate, I guess, because you don't want them to get the ritual spell. We'll trigger Blackout to get a token also. Delta, we'll just negate it with Fleur. No. Why did we summon the token? Why did we summon the token? Dog, you had it. Okay, we still probably have it. We get to go Yazi here. We can trigger Taya to send a copy of Vashana. Yazi to pop the Zeus. We'll summon Vashada. We're going to go into Monk, trigger Ashana. We're going to go ahead and get Adhara here. Normal Moye. Go into Danglong. Moye effect, Danglong effect in order to get Chiwen and Adhara. Add back Ashana. Oh my god, 9 pillars was popped at the start. Oh my... I mean, what do you say? What do you say about this? Congratulations. I have never seen two completely won games so clearly lost by a combination of truthfully pretty understandable misplays combined with some of the greatest draws I have ever seen in my entire life. I honestly just disastrous. Oh. I mean, what can you really say other than skill issue? And just like that, we've got your top 4. 3 games remain, the semifinals and the final. Your semifinal duelists are Tri-Brigade, Zodiac, Infernoble Knight, and Drytron. So 1 round ago, it was like 60% meta. And now we have 1 deck in semis that could be considered a top deck these days. Let's go Tri-Brigade. We're in top 4. Tri-Brigade versus Zoo. By all accounts, Tri-Brigade should take this, but, you know, we'll see. This hand! How does this keep happening? How does this keep happening? This is like the 4th time we've seen this Tri-Brigade player open both halves of DPE. Okay, so tanky here for Fractal. Fractal effect into Ash Blossom. That's the end of the turn. That's the end of the turn. End of the turn. And end of the road. Tanky into Thoroughblade into Imperm. Okay, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. It's not very good otherwise. Hammer Kong into you, into Whiptail, into Zeus. A big fucking Zeus. A stinking, honking Zeus we have no chance of ever overcoming. This Zeus can activate 200 times. This Zeus is so strong, it can activate twice per turn. All right, so we have another tanky. We're going to go for Fractal, another Solemn. Just a Solemn, you know, what do you say? And we'll just pass turn, you know, what's the point? They're going to normal the Rat Pier. They're going to activate the effect, sending Ram Ram, going to Chakanine, Chakanine into Vespinata the Spin Breaker, and that is a quick game 1. Okay, this one at least has Fusion Destiny instead of the Garnets. All right, we're going to begin with a tanky. We're going to go for a Fractal. Fractal effect. Ooh, should have fired that just a little bit earlier. Okay, Fractal in the graveyard. We can't actually keep going with Tri-Brigade stuff because, like, it'll never be in grave. But DP is pretty good. They're going to go tanky into Thoroughblade. Thoroughblade effect. Pitch the Rat Pier. They're going to draw an Infip. You're kidding me. Battle phase. 17. Main 2. Why would you let this happen? Why would you let this happen? You can preserve your DPE through the shifter. Just pop the tanky and their Borbo. Why, oh why? Why? It doesn't matter. They still have FD. It's over. It's over. I'm sorry. It's not gonna happen, folks. We're not gonna make it. Oh, Zoo is gonna win this entire fucking event. Okay, come on. Okay, come on. We can draw the best card in our deck and it won't matter. We did. We drew the best card in our deck and it didn't matter. Didn't even have to expend the 15 trap cards that are in the back row. Won't even set the red reboot. Says, I'll pay the 4K. I don't care. Watch this. Vespinato. We are maybe 1,000 off lethal. Oh, man. That's it. I'm losing it. I'm losing my mind. It's happening, chat. I could see it happening in front of me. Oh, God. 82% on Zoo. How did you know that? How did you know that? What unhits did Zoo get? Barrage. That's it. It's the only one. Well, time for the final semifinal. It's Infernoble versus Drytron. 2 Feast or Famine combo decks that play 0 hand traps and have to win the die roll or they lose. And both exceptionally bricky under certain circumstances. Let's jump in and see if Tatsum has what it takes, and the Farfacord is going to embarrass me once again. It does not look like it. He did not win the die roll. Let's go, baby. We're going to start with a red layer. We're going to follow it up with a Rhoda. We're going to go for the Neo Space Connector, activate the effect to summon a copy of Aqua Dolphin. We're going to Aqua Dolphin pitching Fireflint and taking the god dang Diviner. Now that we know there's nothing in the hand but the Forbidden Droplet, we can plan accordingly. Let's go for the Genba. From here we can go into Halka Fibrax. I know what you're thinking. How does this beat Forbidden Droplet? There's not a single card in the game that can respond to that. Well, I don't think we'll have to worry about it. 3 tokens into a 0/0/1. 0/0/1 to the side of the field. They're going to go into a Power Tool Dragon. Power Tool reveal 3. What are we getting? You know it's got to be DDR. We're going to go for the Auroradon afterwards for Coltwing. Coltwing effect. We're going to summon 2 tokens in the 0/0/1 back from the graveyard. And guess what? We can make another Power Tool Dragon. When are we just going to also play the Dragon Rulers? All right, instead we're making Herald. We're going to go for the Different Dimension Reincarnation. The Herald will completely wall the Forbidden Droplet. We'll go Roland into Charles, into Phoenix Blade, into DDR again, pitching Phoenix Blade for Neospatian Aqua Dolphin. Phoenix Blade again. Aqua Dolphin again, pitching Phoenix Blade. Take the Drytron, send it to the Banished Zone, proceed to the end phase. Charles, equip the disgusting Smoke Grenade of the Thief, and take the Forbidden Droplet. We're not even worrying about it. Cyber Emergency, crazy draw off the top, not enough to beat Herald of the Arclight. You do get to trigger the secondary effect of Cyber Emergency, though, and try for it again. Zeta here, pitching Itaden. Is that enough? There's no way, right? No, because you could just pop the Zeta. Yep, well, you know. All right, you've seen Tatsum lose the die roll. Now be prepared to see Drop the Mic lose the die roll. Wait, this hand's crazy. Droll plus Nibiru plus Ratio. Tatsum open Jin Releaser of Rituals and it's going to brick him. Oh, no. Wait. This hand does nothing. Oh, wow. What a funny little circumstance. What a comedic haha. That the reason Tatsum is losing is because of the changes he made to the deck that the ban list specifically enabled. Like, if Tatsum had just not been playing this shit, he would have been much better off. Okay, we might be able to do something here. Okay, Ava banish 2. We'll grab a Herald of the Orange Light and Diviner. That's going to be met with a Droll. Can we make Verte? He's not playing Verte. Okay. Coltwing, great draw. Good draw. Very good card. We'll go Gearfried here. Trigger Olivier. Olivier targeting the Gearfried. We're going to Phoenix Blade, add it to hand. We can DDR to bring back the Raynaud. Wow, it's crazy. Even with a hand this bad, we can make something happen. Durandal targeting the Raynaud. We haven't normaled yet, so we can go ahead and get Ogier. Normal Ogier. Send from deck to graveyard a copy of Red Layer. We'll make Isold number 2. Isold effect. Afterwards, we can activate Isold for 3. No need to go through the Aurora online. We'll just go through Aqua Dolphin. Aqua Dolphin effect. That's going to get the necessary material for the Herald of the Orange Light. Now we can equip a card to Gearfried, go to the battle phase. They'll negate the attack of it, but it doesn't matter. Go to end phase here after adding back the Phoenix Blade to the Gearfried, so it's forever on, and passing back to Tatsum. Tatsum draws for turn a Droll and Lockbird. Epic. We'll attack into the Gearfried, and we'll, you know, I think just expedite this one. Oh, wow. And that's what it's going to take. That's what it is going to take to beat Drytron. I guess I have made a mistake. The finals is composed not of the current meta, but of Zoodiac and Infernoble. How? No idea. Truly no idea. You know, we unbanned like 90 cards. Zoodiac got 1 card off, Barrage, a card that extends them into their monsters, which they could already do. They have 1 more tanky than they currently have in the TCG. Infernoble got even less. They got exactly the equip spell. Smoke Grenade of the Thief is the only difference between the current Infernoble list and a completely legal one. I think they're playing Delinquent Duo. We've never seen it. It's never come up. Instead, it's just this. Just this. It doesn't matter. We can unban 500 cards. But what's going to matter more than anything else is going to be some stupid, ridiculous singleton that someone is able to use to pilot a deck that includes Droll in the main to a top finish. Well, no longer. It's time for the finals. Infernoble versus Zoodiac. Who you got? This one could go either way. Wow. So this is full combo for the Infernoble player who has won the die roll. The Zoo player has opened Droll, Ash, and then Barrage, Delinquent Duo, Solemn Strike for the crackback. This is going to be an interesting one. So connector here, that's going to be met with an Ash Blossom. We do have the extender in Fireflint Lady. Down it comes. We'll go for Isold. Isold effect here. We're going to grab Neo Space Connector and immediately be drolled. No response to that, so it's Isold time. Let's see how far we can get. Genba into Halka Fibrax, into 0/0/1, into Roradon, into tokens, into 0/0/1, into L, into Ratio, into your white. Herald of the Arcwhite, that is. Let's go ahead and get a Cult Wing. Cult Wing effect in order to summon 2 tokens, and then from the graveyard, a 0/0/1. After that, we can sync those off for the second Herald, then activate the Phoenix Blade in order to get fuel for the DDR, make a Roland, trigger Roland's effect, go for Charles, go for Gearfried. Oh my god, it's 3 negates plus a hand loop. Under Droll. Unbelievable. What are they taking even? The Barrage? Seems good. All right, Delinquent Duo looking really spicy. Celestial, pretty decent top deck. And now we are just 1 game away from crowning your champion. Let's jump into game 2. This is a fine zoo hand. Thoroughblade into Chakanine into Vespinato, set anti-spell. Draw for turn, there's the anti-spell, and let's see what you can do here. We're going to begin with Red Layer, followed up with Fire Flint Lady. We're going to go for an Isold. Isold effect. Add from deck to hand a Neospace Connector. Isold effect for 2, and that eats an Ash Blossom. Where do we go from here? Well, that's where we can go. Immortal Phoenix Gearfried. They'll go to the battle phase and equip that Vespinato. From here, they can attack directly for 16, go to the end phase, and pass back. Draw for turn. It's a Solemn Judgment. You're kidding me. No shot this is how it ends. 0% chance we're going to lose to this. Durandal, Ash Blossom, they let it resolve. God, that's got to feel bad. Oh, no. Second Isold, second Gearfried, 35, lethal. Infernoble in a 2-0 is your Masochist Banlist Tournament champion. Wow. I truly don't know what to say. This is a deck that literally got 1 card off the list. But that seems to be how these go, right? Synchron got 1 card off the list. It won the entire event. Infernoble gets 1 card off the list. It wins the entire event. Though I do think we can learn something from this today. I think we have learned that you can unban probably about half of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Ban list, and it's not going to impact anything. But more important than any of that is you banning exactly Auroradon. What a dog shit card. Oh my, it was literally in 80% of these decks. I'm so happy I never have to see that bad boy again. I wish they had removed some more of the chaff that we determined in this tournament was absolutely not ban-worthy. But one thing I can say for sure is that that Mecha Phantom Beast absolutely was. Rest in piss. You will not be missed. I guess we're gonna run this shit back next banlist season. Man, shocking that I run these to give Konami ideas as to what they can unhit, and truthfully, what was way more important was what they actually did hit. All right. Fuck you, Auroradon. See you in hell. Eat my ass.